Welcome to the English Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show. We are tapping in, logging into a webinar that's being held by Derrick Whitehead, who is a financial expert who helps businesses. He's a consulting company that helps businesses get bank funding, fix their credits, and learn step-by-step methods to earning business funding. And with that, we are going to hop into the webinar so he can teach us and people who have businesses and want to learn more about it on what to do to go about doing that. And there's certain tips and tricks that you need to know in order to appeal to banks so that they can give you the funding. And Mr. Whitehead goes over it. So without any further ado, let's hear what he's got to say.
With your taxes, the CPA is not responsible of how you do your business and move your money. Got it? Good question, though. So now, CPA needs to stay in his lane. Law of the sea. Jason, Matthew, that's what I'm talking about. Law of the sea. Maritime law. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, they use the software, but they use the software based on your profits and your losses. That has nothing to do with your how you make the money. If you sell, your strategy is to sell 500 cars. They're not asking you how did you sell those cars. They want to know how many did you sell, and what was the profit and what was the loss. So you moving money from one bank account to another. Nothing, we don't do anything illegal. Why? When so much is legal that we can do. Okay, so you move that money around. At the end of the month, the money, the 100,000, is back into the original account, but you've moved it constantly. So now every bank account should show that you moved around in it $100,000. So now you can borrow off $100,000 that's in one bank. They give you a bank statement loan. You say, listen, I made $100,000. They say, show me your bank statement. You give them Bank of America because all you got is Bank of America. So at $100,000, they will lend you 75%. So they'll lend you $75,000. But what if you had 5 banks that reflect you having money going through them, not one? Then you could borrow 75% of times 5. Can anybody tell me what 75% times 5 is? That's some audience participation, all right? We're not just going to sit here and teach and nobody participate. 75%, 75 times 5. So that's 75 times 5. $75 times 5. $375, $375. $375. Okay, so we'll go with $375. All right. So do you want $75,000 or do you want $375,000? Because you leveraged your money. You moved it from one bank account to next, move it. And now at the end of the month, you have showing that your money is going all through that account, those accounts, right? If you just got Bank of America, you're only going to show them one account. So you'll get $75,000. The whole idea is how much can you borrow so you can lend to more people, or you can build more houses, or you can buy more cars, whatever you're trying to do. You need the capital. You need to learn how to leverage. Thank you. All right, brother. All right. So now that's one way of leveraging. One way of leveraging. All right. What's the next thing is? Once we get some money, now how about we go in and we get a bond and purchase a bond? If you buy a bond for if Michael Jordan is going to get paid $100 million in 10 years, 100 million in 10 years. Don't ever let the big numbers scare you. It's only a one with a bunch of more zeros on it. That's all. All right. So now, Michael Jordan's going to get $100 million. The owner of the team is going to pay that person, $10 million every year. Right? No, that person is smart. That person is going to go in and get a $10 million bond to a 3-star insurance company, and he's going to pay about $3,000 a month every month on that bond. And it's going to mature in 10 years. That means it's going to be the end. So when he gives that $10 million to the insurance company, they're going to invest it and make $10 million every month. So they don't have a problem with giving that person $10 million from what they made every year. So he's going to take that and hand it over to Michael Jordan. So he's not going to pay Michael Jordan $100 million. He's going to invest 10, and the insurance, the bond is going to pay Michael Jordan. Is going to pay him, and he's going to get that money to Michael Jordan. So he's not going to pay Michael Jordan $100 million. He's leveraged it with a bond. That's how they pay basketball players, football players, athletes. That's how they pay lottery winners. Make sense? We are learning leveraging. Many ways to leverage. All right. So I'm going to get into something now with that bond, and your corporation is not worth anything, but you got a bond that you paid $1,000 for. And you're just paying a little bit on that bond every month. It's $1 million bond. And you're paying, $1,800 a month on $1 million bond. You can assign that bond to your corporation. And now your corporation has a $1 million bond that the bank says, ooh, so I know you got $1 million coming. How do you buy a bond? You go to an insurance company and say, I want to buy a bond. You go to a bonding company and say, I want to buy a bond. Got it? Making $1 out of 15 cents. All right, I got some really good stuff for you coming. I'm just laying that little bit on you right now, right? So you can start thinking about, how do I leverage my money? And then you can insure the money. So what happens if your business doesn't work and you got a bond, but you don't have the money to pay the bond anymore? You pay a little bit only to insure the bond. So now you get paid no matter what. All right, so let's get down and learn right here. That's just a little bit I wanted to give you on leveraging. We're going to talk more about leveraging in a minute. For those that have never been here, right now, what I want to learn, what you're going to learn today, is the secrets of how to get $100, $200, $300, $400, $500,000, even $1 million to enjoy your life. I'm Derrick Whitehead. Next slide. So that's what we're going to try to learn today. All right. A lot of people say, who the heck are you? Those that know me, know me. Those that don't know me, let me give just a little bit. You did not come here to talk about me. You came here to find out how you can get that money. So I'm just going to talk about 5 minutes about me, and I'm out of there. All right. So Derrick Whitehead, CEO of Alpha Incorporated, 30 years in business, high-end banking. I've managed over $20.2 billion. That's with a B, $20.2 billion portfolio under market traded notes. Next slide. All right, Derrick Whitehead. I funded and helped politicians, congressmen, athletes, entrepreneurs to scale their companies to multi-million-dollar businesses. Over there is a famous basketball player. They call him the bucket. That's Cuttino Mobley. He played with the LA Clippers, the Houston Rockets, Kobe Bryant. He played with all of them. That's me and him. Over there is a wonderful singer, Shantae Moore. Over there is the Secretary of State and myself in the tuxedo. Over there is Kimberly Ellis, ran for the President Democratic Party. Over there is a senator. Down there is a congresswoman. Over there, the guy in the red tie and myself is He was the counsel for 2 presidents. All right. Over there is Taisha Brown, the great Taisha Brown. She's the person that's responsible helping a lot of people get elected, Congress and Senate and all those kind of things, right? Look her up in San Diego, Taisha Brown. Down there is Mr. Carnitas. He was the president of the Mexican Union. Marinate on that a little bit. All right. Down there's me, Tasha Brown, the guy with the red tie, counsel for 2 presidents. Over there's a congressman. See his Congress pin on. Moving kind of fast because I want to get a lot of teaching in, not talking a whole lot about me. I actually spoke at the Democratic to these people at the Democratic convention twice. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. Some people need a hand up. Some people just need a hand up, not a hand out, just a hand up, right? And so some people need tax breaks like me. So I'm in the middle. You know what I mean? Right? And you, sometimes you need some tax breaks. All right. So over there to the right, we were down in my office. These 2 guys, they said, don't say our names, but I will not say their name, but they said, I think, to show their face. So here you go. They flew down their jet. If I tell you who their company is, you, what? Right? So yeah, I help a lot of people. They were down in my office on the 34th floor, 7th and B in San Diego at the University Club. You have to be invited to be there. I've been there for 20 years, 25 years, and it's been around since the early 1800s. I'm proud to be there. I did a live, I think it was yesterday morning, and I was there with the mayor of San Diego. And I was there with my SEC attorney at my office, and I did a live. I don't know if a lot of you guys saw the live. How many people saw the live? So I did a live from my office yesterday on the 34th floor. Beautiful view, you know, high in the sky. And I put my son on there talking about how to take companies public, right? So teach your children. He was doing this stuff since he was 14. All right. If you teach your kids, they will come out like that. All right. So nobody's that big where they can't say hello. A lot of my students come down to my office and they say, Mr. Whitehead, you wasn't there. I don't live there. Okay. But if you tell me you're coming, I'll meet you down there. And I took them out to shoot on my ranch and we took them out to eat. We had a good time. You can see that on some of those websites, on the Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. Now I want everybody to look at this brother right here. He has they call him Pops, right? And that's Mr. Witherspoon. And they call him Pops. You've probably seen him with on Fridays and all those movies like that, right? He has since passed away, and that is a good brother. That's a good brother. All right, so hats off to John Witherspoon. That's a good brother. Nobody's that daggone big where they can't say hello. Okay? Your computer? All right. Somebody says there's rays coming from the computer. Why are there rays coming from the computer? What's going on here? Let's see if we can move back. I wonder why. Okay, how's that? That should be better. Why did somebody tell me there were rays coming in on the computer? All right, so where was I? What I was trying to say is that nobody's that big where they can't say hello. All right. If they're so big where they can't say hello, they hiding something. All right. And I've been around 30 years. I ain't hiding nothing. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to come in and come in to this live. If you're out there, I want you to come into this live and we're going to have question and answers. All right. So when we have question and answers, I want you to ask your questions so you can say, you know what? That's exactly what I needed. That's exactly what I needed to know. Then you don't need me. All right. This is not the Derrick Whitehead show. This is everybody's show. So you can learn Whatever I know, nobody knows everything. But you can learn what I know and plus what you know and whatever else you can learn and take it to the top. I want you to do that and teach your children. Got it? All right. So the other thing I want you to know is there's about 250 people more now since yesterday that are acting like me. About 250 yesterday acting like me. I don't want you to get scammed because a lot of people are getting scammed on the internet. All right. And I've given some people their money back. I cannot give everybody their money back. Okay. So I don't want you to get scammed. What I want you to do is if you see somebody on there and they're talking about their Derrick Whitehead, right? Derrick dot Whitehead, Derrick underscore Whitehead, Derrick Whitehead dot whatever. That's not me. Okay. So I want you to report these people. If you see these people acting like me, ripping people off is what they're doing. I will never take your money and say, oh, I'm doing Bitcoin or I'm doing electronic money or I'm doing insurance. I'm not doing that. So if they're talking about any of this stuff, even though you see my videos, they're stealing them. So don't get scammed. All right. All right. Now we're saying that disclaimer. Let's get the popping. We're not brokers. We're not attorneys. We're not finders. We're not tax people. We're not even funders, right? We're not credit people. None of that. We are consultants. And what we're telling you, we believe that everybody is a friend out there. So since I believe everybody's a friend, I'm giving you this information freely, and you don't need me. In the daytime, I make a very nice living. Let's just put it that way. All right. Sometimes I'll wake up and say, what the hell? Are you serious? Right? So I want you to wake up like that too and say, the Creator has been good to me. All right. So you can learn how to give a little back. It ain't always all about the money. Every time I help somebody, I get 10 more people in the daytime saying, hey, Derrick, I want to take a company public. How much is that? 3.5 million. Okay. When do we start? I do 5 of them a month. I'm straight. So you're no threat to me. So I want you to ask questions. I want you to, if you can help, don't come on here trying to sell your stuff. All right. But if you have something that you can add to what I'm saying, put it in the chat so everybody can learn. Stop trying to hoard information. They got Rolls Royces they make for everybody. I know. I sell them. All right. Rolls Royce for everybody. All right. All right. All right. So let's get it popping. We're not brokers. We're not attorneys. We are not finders. We are not tax people. If you need anybody in those areas, including Tony Robbins and motivation, that's the next building. If you're coming here to look at help your children and take it to another level, you're in the right place. If you're looking to get your head together, or I just don't know, woe's me, this ain't that kind of party, so you're in the wrong spot. All right. Next slide. Getting the money. Everybody ready? We're going to roll through this pretty quick. All right. So getting the money, Credit Corp Fund, Credit Corporation Funding. That's how we're going to get the first level of money. All right. The first level of money is going to be Credit Corp Fund. Okay. So we're going to have 1 level, 2 levels, and 3 levels. Got it? 1, 2, 3 levels to get the money. And that money is going to take us up. All right. So we're going to do it. 1. Let me see if I can get a marker, some kind of red marker or something. Let's see. Let me see. Get some kind of marker. Okay. All right. So we can see things clearer. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to have 1, 2, and 3. Everybody see that? The reason I'm doing that is because people come on the internet, they say, oh, we're going to get you, you know, your credit together, and then you're going to get your corporation, and then, oh, we're going to get you 50, 100, 150,000, 200,000. And after you get those cards, and that's 250,000. You know what? I may laugh, but I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing with them, because I'm going to say something right now that I mean. Those people that are out there telling you about that, I can get you 100,000, 150,000, 200,000 and sharing game with you. Those are pioneers. I'm not hating. Those cats are pioneers, and those women and men, they hopped on the internet and turned everybody around and made everybody start thinking, how do I get some money from the bank? And if it wasn't for a lot of those guys, I wouldn't be here, because a lot of those guys was bringing out the stuff, and I just came in with my old stuff. I just look like this, right? I've been around since dirt, right? I was out since before they had computers. I was reading this stuff. They didn't have computers. They have phone booths. I was like, you know, and all right. So what I'm saying is my hat's off to you guys. I never say this, but my hat's off to you guys. I'm not hating. I'm out here saying, work it together. Take what they have, take what I have, put it all together, because those guys that came out here, and I'm not going to mention names because you can't really like mention the names and stuff on here, but you know who they are. You know, these guys that are out here giving game, I'm talking about good stuff. Those guys, nobody was talking about this. And all of a sudden they start saying, boom, check this out. You know how you can get the corporation, how you get the money, you can get the credit. Those guys are really pioneers. So hats off to those guys, and keep it going, but keep learning. Keep learning, because it's a lot of people that was given information that wasn't that great. And that's why I popped up and said, okay, it's time for the brother to come up out here and make some corrections. All right. But those guys are pioneers. All right. No hateration here. All right. So what I want to say is we want to go and we want to get credit corporation funding, but there is levels to this thing. So they came in and they pioneered the first level. But what I want to do is I want you to understand that there's life beyond $150,000. There's life beyond $250,000. All right. And it's all about the banks leveraging, borrowing, and having your company just keep getting access to more and more money. $1 billion. Billions. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to leverage it from the first level, and then we're going to go up. Got it? So first level, let's talk about the first level. All right. That's $1, $2, $3, $4, $500,000. How are you going to go get that? Let's talk about this right now. So how we're going to do it, we're going to do credit corporation funding. So you're going to get seed money, foundation capital, springboard funding. Number one, the United States is a corporation. The states are corporations. If you don't believe it, just look it up. Out of Delaware, United States corporation out of Delaware, right? So the states are corporations. The cities are corporations, unless you're very rural. They're very rural, okay? And the people are corporations. So if you turn over your social, you know what? You're going to see your corporate number on the back. So they take it when you're born, you become a citizen. Mama says, okay, you can be a citizen, right? And then they put a bunch of money in your name. When they take that money, put it in your name, what do they do with it? Now they take that money and they put bonds in it and they leverage it. Once they leverage it, that controls the bond market, right? Economists. So now they put that controls the bond market. Then they take that and they borrow money from the Federal Reserve Bank. Okay, so they borrow money from the Federal Reserve Bank, and now that's how they run the country. A lot of that, how they run the country. A lot of it is by you and me with our corporations, because the people that don't have corporations, those are the people who are the workers. Those are 85%. They use the corporation in order to bring that money in so we can keep moving it. So they need the corporation. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to control everything. A corporation is a person. A corporation is a person. Person. That's why they call it corpse. Body. It's a person. So we're going to control everything. We're going to control this corp and all its assets, but we're going to own nothing. We're going to own nothing. This is our straw man. So a lot of people say, well, I'm going to remove myself from the system so I can do whatever you want to do. That's good to know, but they already made a straw man for you. You just didn't know about it. It's called a special purpose entity. I want you to write that down. Special purpose entity. Now, the next thing is United States Corporation, seed money, foundation, capital, and springboard funding. Let's go back here. First level is seed money. Seed money. The second level is foundation capital. We got to build a good foundation, right? Next thing is springboard funding. Take it to the top. So I want you to understand this is your $100 to $1 million. First level. Got it? Second level. 1 million to 100 million. Oh, Mr. Whitehead acting crazy now. 100 million. 100 million is baby money to the banks. They print the money. This is monopoly. So imagine if they give out monopoly money to everybody, and then when they get to you, they say, no, you don't get any, and give it to everybody else. The only thing you can do when you don't know the game, when you're not issued any money, is you can either steal or you can go to jail. That's what monopoly does, right? You may go to jail. Right? All right. So if you run around operating without any money, right? You're in a monopoly game where it takes money, right? What else you going to do? So we need to first get this foundation money, seed money, and then go in and get that $1 to $1 million. That makes you an accredited investor. That means you can lose $250,000 and not worry about it, and not break the bank. It will not hurt your family. They call that an accredited investor. That's between $1 to $1.5 million. That's our goal. That's our goal. That's our goal. I've been talking all day and teaching earlier today, so my voice is going out already, right? All right, so next, 100 million, $1 to $100 million. What is next? This is what you call your micro. Your first level is your micro money. Oh, I'm going to get myself some Airbnb. Oh, I'm going to do, that's your working money when you're working, right? But you're not going to work. Or you're going to borrow and then put somebody in charge to go work. Your job is to grow the business. Okay, so now, micro money. But I want to know, what is your macro money? You know your micro money? Some people don't even know if they got 100,000, 500,000, whatever. They don't even know what they would do with the money. I need you to know what you're going to do with the money, because they're going to start taking the money back and you ain't made no money off of it. Now you're going to be in debt and have a problem. So I need everybody out there to say, let me think what I would do with the money. Number one, you got Airbnb, you got renting cars, Turo, you got real estate. 90% of all people who become rich in this country every year become rich through real estate. It was 75. It just reached 90%. You must have a piece of this country. A lot of people, they say, well, the founder of this country came here, so for religious reasons. Ansenebada Sandare Ditis Nora, Esenebada Snotty Nose and a bow legged up sleep, Laneps the Nola. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie. It's not a Malacinto, esta bracemara, oh, nice shape of the ladinosa bacinta, bow legged. That's a damn lie. They did not come here. It's none of a tough sleep, darling. They came here for free land and free labor. And they do something that's called non-performance income. That means you don't perform. Big-eyed son of a Lino. No. We don't go and work and work and work and work and work and work. Okay? We don't do that. We take a corporation. That's what this is made for. This one, I'm going to explain which one. This is called a special purpose entity. It's a person, corpse, body, dead thing. You make it alive. You just see, taste, smell, hear, and feel for it. You're an officer of the court. You control everything, but say the United States of America court, they go bomb somebody and say, you going to jail. The president says, I didn't do that. United States of America did that. Well, that's what you need to do. All right, so that's what we're going to get into. So I want you to talk about your micro and all the way up and talk about what is your billion-dollar idea. This is no longer a million-dollar world. That's not $1 million. You got a damn $1 million watches out here. I mean, you got to, a house is $1 million, a 5-bedroom house. Where I live at 4 bedrooms in California is $1.5 million. A house. And the bank will lend you that all day long. So it's not 1965 when Muhammad Ali was fighting Joe Frazier for $1 million, $5 million. Woo! Floyd Mayweather just fought for $750 million in 40 minutes. So why are you thinking about government cheese, Section 8, free health care? Go get some money from the bank or investors and go get yourself some real cheese from Switzerland. All right, so we're going to get it on right now and talk about control everything and owning your own straw man, your own corporation. Next slide. So I need to get out the rat race. Carlos, Tuara. Hopefully we can do that, brother. Hopefully we can do that, right? So they say, they say Kanye West is crazy. Well, he going and buying up thousands and thousands of acres all over the country. He must not be that crazy. He says some crazy stuff, but he ain't that crazy. I don't think so. All right. Step one. Everybody ready for step one? I want you to write this stuff down. It's very important. And then we're going to move on. Getting the money. Step number one. You need to be a good PG, a personal guarantor. Okay. The bank says, who's going to borrow the money? The corporation is going to borrow the money. Willie Corporation is going to borrow the money. They say, who is going to pay us back? Willie Corporation is going to pay you back. Okay. Well, since you're not giving us no documentation, no doc, and stated income, you're stating your income, then who's going to PG it? Because you're not giving us any paperwork or nothing. Got it? All right. They're going to say, I am going to make sure you get paid back. I'm going to be the personal guarantor for this company. Okay. So that's how we're going to start out without seed money. Got it? So what is a personal guarantor? It's a PG, personal guarantor. I am going to personal guarantee it because I have a good FICO. I ask people, I say, how's your credit? My credit score is an 810. My score is a 690. I ain't that bad. I didn't ask you what your credit score was. I asked you, how is your credit? I mean, FICO, because banks lend based on the overall of everything, not just your score. You can have a great credit score with 2 lines. You've been paying on American Express for the last 5 years. You got an 800 credit score. So the bank wants to know, wait a minute, that's all? So let's look at the FICO real quick. The FICO, all right, so the FICO consists of, let's pull out your driver's license. Whatever's on your driver's license should be on your credit report. What is a credit report? Don't say everybody knows that, because some people don't know that, and nobody here is left behind. Anybody that knows me, nobody here is no better than nobody. I don't care if you have $100 billion. You ain't better than that person that don't have nothing. You ain't better than somebody ain't got nothing. So let's be patient, because we're gonna explain to those people that don't know. One time I didn't know. You didn't know. All right, so let's be patient, right? What is a credit report? A credit report is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are the three credit reporting bureaus. If somebody gives you credit or gives you a computer or a car or a house, whatever, or a credit card, they're going to, or a line of credit, they're going to report it to one of those bureaus, or maybe all three. So I want you to make sure you pull all 3 credit scores, not just one. Some people have Credit Karma. They only pull 2, Equifax and TransUnion. What about Experian? That's what most people lend money on. They look at Experian. You can't see Experian. So I want you to go in and make sure that you pull all 3 credit reports and all 3 scores, so you know where you're at when you're trying to get this thing done. All right. So on your FICO, a FICO is comprised of many things. So your credit, so pull out your driver's license. Your driver's license, if you have in your driver's license your name, like your name, it says John J. Harris. But no, your name is John Harris. If you have John J. Harris, that's an alias, because on your license it says John Harris. So we don't want aliases. We only have about 50 points to go down, approximately, when we're funding a corporation. But when you're funding you personally, you're not even a business. So if you go over 30%, your credit goes down. On a corporation, you can be 100% maxed out. Long as you pay that bill, they will give you more money, because it takes money to make money a lot of times. Not all the time. All right, so now we want to go in and make sure that we have one name, because we don't want to go down from that little 50 points. Your personal, they'll take that car back. They'll take the house back. That's collateralized lending, right? You want non-collateralized lending, right? So if you go in, you'll have, they know that you can wiggle out of that situation with a corporation. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, how you can get out of that situation. So if Willie messes up, you say, Willie borrowed the money. Well, Willie messed up. Willie ain't getting no more money. Willie messed up? Willie messed up. Oh, sorry, Willie done messed up. I said Willie messed up. No more money. I'm sorry, Willie. I'm sorry. Bye, Willie. And you walk out to your car and you pull out Leroy. And you walk back in the bank and say, I got Leroy Corporation. Can you give Leroy some money? And they said, oh, you must speak Latin. You must be one of us. You understand the game. So I sure enough do. Here you go. So you go get some money for Leroy. If Leroy mess up, Leroy done messed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Leroy done messed up? Yes. Say, Leroy get no more money? No. Bye, Leroy. I got Wilhelmina. Can you give Wilhelmina some money? Can you give Wilhelmina? Oh, you must understand Latin, because money is in Latin. Money is in Latin. E pluribus unum is on your dollar bill. What does that mean? E pluribus unum. That means out of one comes many. And don't you want many dollars to come out of one? All right. Latin. So when we're speaking right now, we are speaking Latin. We're not speaking a poor language of the 85%, which is English or Aramaic, the old language. This is Latin. All right. So now that's the game. All right. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we fund this corporation. We're going to have the things that they want because they can't tell us what they want. Right. So what we want to do is play by the rules. Now, why would the bank give you $1,000 or $10,000 or $1 million, $10 million? Because do you know if you borrow $1,000 from the bank or you put $1,000 in the bank, do you know the bank now has 9 times more than they lent you? So if I was to give you $1,000 and you give me back $9, 9 times that, I would be looking for you every day. Hey man, you want to borrow $10? You say, no, man, I was taught to lend. I'll lend you $10. You know what I look like. All right. So now that's why they will give you the money. They can't wait to give you the money, right? If you lent me $1 and I came back and gave you right away 9 times that, you'll be looking for me every day trying to give me $1, right? Well, that's what the bank does. It's special. So we need to learn how to take advantage of that like the rich folks. We don't know that. We put it in, we never take it out. We never take the money out. The bank is a lending institution, not a hold your money institution. All right, so we're going to go in, look at what's on your driver's license. If whatever's on your driver's license is what should be on your credit bureau. So first of all, one name. Second of all, your address. If your address is 1536 Elm Street, then that's what should be on your credit report, right? That's what should be on your credit report. Because if you have too many addresses, you look unstable, and you go down in points. Too many names, those are aliases. You go down in points. Got it? All right. The next thing is never have less than 5 trade lines. That's called anything less than 5 trade lines is called what? It's called a thin file. A thin file. We don't want a thin file. A thin file means that you're not full. Just look that up on any credit report. You got to dig for it, but it's called a thin file. All right. So you don't want to have not more than 3 inquiries. If you have more than 3 inquiries, you're not getting the money, or you will get very little money. Right? Okay. Next thing is stop putting where you worked on your credit report. Stop doing that. That doesn't make sense. Do you know that the bank, I used to teach a lot of these guys. So if you go in and you tell the bank, I worked at Walmart, you could be the regional manager of Walmart making $400,000 a year. All they heard was Walmart, and they might put you in a Walmart category. And Walmart people, a lot of times, $15, $20 an hour. Who the hell is going to lend you $1, $2, $3, $4, $500,000 because you make $15 an hour? So you don't want them to put you in a category. So stop putting where you worked. Next thing is the bank would like to see 2 years of you living someplace. That's why they ask you how long you live there on those applications. If you put down, I've been there last month, 6 months, a year and a half ago, because you look unstable. They like stability. So I'm not telling you what to put on your application. I'm just telling you this is what they like. All right. All right. So now the next thing is stop putting your phone number on your credit report. Do you know what they can do with your credit report? Trying to get stuff off, right? Because it's inaccurate, right? And you go on there and they look up your phone number, they match it up with everything. Well, that's the phone number you gave. Come on, stop it. All right. So next thing, so we want a good round for so next thing you say, well, I got these child support. Do you know it's illegal to put child support on your credit report? It's illegal. When you made a baby, I don't think you said, "Hey, baby, let's go in and let's make a deal. Let's do a contract." I don't think so. Yeah, I did this a lot. My ex-wife, me, we did this a lot. I think we did. I did not say, "Babe, let's go do some credit." No, we didn't say that. So you cannot put on somebody child support because that's not a credit deal. All right. Next thing is, something about your the HIPAA law. You know what the HIPAA law says? You cannot put anybody's information, anything that has to do with you, medical bills, some going to hospital, medical bills, or none of that can go on your credit report. It's illegal. The HIPAA law, HIPAA, HIPPA, I believe. So go in there and get these things off of your credit report. Now, how do you do that? You want to go in there. We're going to go through real quick. FTC affidavit. FTC affidavit. Once you get the FTC affidavit, download that on Google. FTC affidavit. When you download that, fill whatever you feel is inaccurate on your credit report. I can't tell you what's inaccurate or not. I can't tell you, it must be accurate, they say. So if you feel it's inaccurate, you put it on there. All right. Now, if you put that on there, first thing you want to do is take all three and fill out three of those. Fill out one and make 3 copies. Once you make 3 copies, you're going to mail those off to each bureau. So look up the address and mail those off with your ID, a color copy, just the front, color copy of your social, a copy of a bill, not the whole bill, like a phone bill or something that comes to your house. And make sure that it shows that whatever addresses or whatever on that bill, name and address, is on your driver's license, because they're going to match it all up. Okay? So when you send that in, you tell it, you say, "I'm sending it in certified," with the thing that comes back that they have to sign for it. So you know that they got it. And they got 30 days to get that stuff together. All right. Now, what are we going to do before we do that? Before we do that, we're going to go in and we're going to shut down all the people that they're going to check. All right. They say they checked the original creditor, but this is eOscar. Look that up. eOscar. All right. So what they do is they have Metro 2 system, right? And they have eOscar. I want you to look those up. Metro 2 system and eOscar. All right. So they're going to go in and they're going to check these third-party places like LexisNexis and all these other places. And you're going to go in to LexisNexis and opt yourself out. So go to LexisNexis and opt out. That means now you're opt out. They cannot check LexisNexis for anything. So they're going to have to find another way. All right. So who are they going to check out? Everybody ready? Let's put up, say, LexisNexis. Who else? Who else? Who else? ARS. So audience participation. I know some of y'all know Check Systems, SageStream. SageStream, we're going to opt out. All these places. SageStream, we're going to opt out of what? Who else? Telecheck, ARS, CoreLogic, that's a good one. Clarity, Enovis. That's right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. So checks. So we're going to opt out of all these places. So they have no place to check. And when you opt out, I want you to remember this. They're going to send you a letter with a number on it, a verifying number saying you have opted out. Do not lose that number. If you lose, Ricky, don't lose that number. If you lose that number, you will not be able to opt back in. And if you can't opt back in, when they go in to check your credit and see if you exist, you're not going to be there. You're going to be like a ghost. So you're not going to get the money. So one of the biggest mistakes people make, write this down. Number one, ready? You don't opt back in, or they lose the letter. So now you can't give them the number to get back in. Number two, when you work on your credit, they're going to do something that's called a security freeze for your own health. They're going to say we're going to put a security freeze on here, right? So nobody can go in here and mess with your credit while we doing this, while we're working on this, right? So a security freeze, you want to remove all security freezes, right? You want to remove all security freezes, because if you don't, when you go to fund and the bank sees a security freeze, you're not getting the money. They're automatically going to turn you down. Okay. All right. So next slide. We want to make sure that we shut them all down, and we get our credit together. If you want anything to know about any more of this, call us up, economicmasonry.com, economicmasonry.com. You want to buy some land, you want to whatever you want to do in finance, call us up. We can probably help you out. And the information is free. We'll try to give you the best consultation or that we can give free. Can't be free. All right. So now, next thing, next slide. Next slide. So we went through the foundation. We went through, first of all, I wanted to show you how to leverage, do a little bit of leverage money, right? I got something else for you too on the leverage. That's you really gonna like. You really gonna like this. All right. So step number 2, we went through step number 1. We went through leveraging, step number 1. Now step number 2, right? Step number 2, corporation. A corp is a person, right? So let's look at this. A corporation is a person. This, everything you have, it has to have. So this is its good standing letter. That's that thing with a stamp on it. Now, over here, that's like if the police run your ID and they say you're not in trouble. Well, that's what this good standing letter is for the corporation. Over here is this articles of incorporation. That says this is who we are, what we do, and we will abide by all the rules that are applicable to us. Got it? That is its birth certificate. It's a person. Now, after you get those 2 things, you're going to apply online for an EIN number. EIN number is employment identification, so you can pay taxes. With those 3 things, you walk the corp into the bank because you're just an officer. It can't walk. So you walk it in and you say, Willie would like to get a bank account. So you open a bank account and you put some money in that bank account. Because when you put a little bit of money in the bank account, they lend you the money easier because you have a relationship with them. Make sense? So if you can put $1,000 in there, if you can put 5,000 in there, don't just put 100. But if that's all you got, then that's all you got. Okay? So that helps you borrow. The next thing I want you to know is when you go to fund a corporation, I want you to look at this address on this corporation right here. There's an address on the good standing letter. There's an address. When you look at that address, you know why a lot of people don't get funding? And they don't tell you why. Because if your address on your good standing letter is over 6 months, then they're not going to fund you, or maybe a little bit. They may fund you a little bit because the good standing letter says you're in good standing, but not over 6 months. So if it's over 6 months, I want you to call the Secretary of State that your corporation was bought out of, right? And I want you to tell them, I would like to get an updated good standing letter. I would like an updated good standing letter. And now you have an updated good standing letter. Now that helps you. Okay? So the next thing is the corporation is a person. Everything you have, the corp has to have. So you have a phone number. You go in and say, the bank says, what's your phone number? My phone number, 777-9311. Okay. What's the corporation's phone number? 777-9311. They're going to say either you're the Times, all right, or a Prince or somebody, or that's your corp asking to use your phone. Okay. I did not ask you, Glenn, to put your phone number up there. All right. So you cannot have the same phone number as your cell phone. That's your poor cousin. Can I use your phone? That's the court. So we want a landline and not a virtual, what they call a landline, not what they call a voice over IP. A landline, a real landline that rings to your phone, a landline. Okay. Next thing is they say, what's your address? My address is 93 Investment Avenue. Okay. Well, what's the corporation's address? 93 Investment Avenue. They're gonna say, wait a minute, why y'all putting your phone numbers up here? I didn't ask y'all to put your phone number. Okay. So if you say, my address is the same as your corporation's address, they're gonna say that's your poor cousin living on your couch. It needs to have its own address. So make sure you have your own address. Got it? So yeah, your poor cousin on your couch. Me in my court on my couch, right? So now the next thing is the corporation should have a website. A website. So Amazon is so big because they learned to take everything out the stores and put it online. So Amazon changed the game. They changed the game. So if you don't have a website, they're gonna say, well, how the hell you getting business? Okay. That's why you don't get money. All right. So we don't want to do business out of our house. We want ourselves in a real address. I want to stress that. Now, I don't say this much, but I'm going to say it now because somebody asked me a question the other day, and I was like, well, okay. If you go in and you go to Chase, right? Or matter of fact, if you go into get credit cards, I didn't say loans. I said credit cards or lines of credit. Those are not loans. Loans are 5 million, 2 million, 1 million, 200,000. Those are loans. I'm talking about seed money, credit cards, and credit cards and lines of credit, right? If you go in and get credit cards, you can have business out your own. You can do business out your own home. Now, the reason I don't say that is because I don't want you to get in the habit of saying that, of doing that. Okay. But once you get your credit cards, now you got enough money to go get you a real address. Got it? So get yourself a real address and get some big money. All right. Loans, not just credit cards. Hey, if you get a credit card, so that's going to be 25,000 from such and such. And then for Navy, then you get another 50,000, 20. And then you got so that's $200,000 right there. What about all the other money that you can get, right? That's what they're saying on the internet, right? That's 100,000 right there. Right there. All right, we look past that, right? All right, so we want to make sure that we get a real address. Now, the next thing is a corporation is a person. It needs its own website. Okay. The next thing is it needs its own domain. Talking about what's your email? YouTube. No, not YouTube. What's that other? Yahoo. Yahoo. That's unprofessional. Gmail. Gmail.com. Jerry at gmail.com. Okay. No, you want a .com. You want a abcinc.com. Okay. So you need to go in, get your website, and then make sure that your website, even if it's 1 or 2 pages, they just want to see a website. Now, on your website, we want to make sure that you have at least 40 to 50 hits on your website. If you don't have 40 to 50 hits, they're gonna say, ain't nobody checking you out. right? So go into your website and hit it 50, 60 times. People wonder why they don't get money from the bank. This is the foundation stuff. I'm not even into the heavy stuff yet. Go get that foundation money. All right. So you want to make sure that you go in and hit that bad boy 50, 60 times. Check, 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 check. Here's your check. All right. So we want to make sure that we go in and make sure that we have a good domain name. But now let's get into what they call structuring your corporation the right way. All right. Structure your corporation the right way. So we're going to talk about the corporation structure real quick. So we want to do what they call the 7 structure. Boom, boom, boom. And now my pen's giving out. So let's do the black one. Yeah. That's a good one. And then trust. Okay. DBAs. Right? 7 structure. 7 structure. Or I don't know which way you're looking. It's either going to be like that or it's going to be like that on the reverse side where you are. But let's do it like this one on my side. So you have to protect your money. Nobody's teaching you how to protect your money. It's easier to get than it's harder to keep it than it is to get it. Because somebody's going to come after some of your money. So you're not going to build a house and have no windows and no locks on it, are you? So you need to have your house protected. So let's talk about protecting your house, because I notice on the internet, there's a lot of stuff I can teach, but I have picked out things that I see are not being taught. Okay, so right here, protect your money. So right here, you have your corporation, your holding corp, your trust. And then underneath that is going to be your DBAs, doing business as, and you can have as many of those as you want. Now, before we go into that, let's talk about the corporation is to get money. They call it a special purpose entity. Write that down. Special purpose entity, SPE. The corporation is not to do business and work your behind off. Oh, Lord, working so that you can get money. It is to get money with this corporation and then take the money and do business. Let me say this again slowly. It is not a special purpose vehicle, is not a corporation, is not to work hard. How many people have corporations? Don't raise your hand, but how many people have corporations and ain't making no whole lot of money? Just because you get a corporation doesn't mean you're going to make money. Right? So the corporation is put together. So a special corporate, I'm going to explain that right now. Certain corporations or certain corporation is meant to get money. And they don't tell you this. Nobody's telling you, go get the free money. Lots of people get corporations, don't make any money and struggle, working. Well, my corporation, we started this 5 years ago and we ran into a little something, and right now, but we know we're going to bounce back. I never give up, That's like saying I have, you have a car outside and you riding the bus every day. Nobody told you this is your car. Well, I'm telling you, this is your car. And you can drive it anytime you want. You just have to know how to start it up and drive it. This is a special purpose entity made just for the rich people or whoever understands it to go get some money. Walk it in the bank and say, this is Willie. Willie would like some money. And they say, okay, I'm going to give Willie 1,000. Willie going to make me 9 times richer. Here, Willie, here's the money, but you have to know how to build it. That's the secret. All right, so now this thing here is meant to get money. Once you get the money, then you do business. Other people's ideas, other people's ideas, other people's money, and other people's efforts. You don't work, they work. You got the money with the corp. Now you put people to work and you grow the company. They work. We don't sit around talking about, you did, hey, Barbara, yes, you know what? I just want to let you know, step into my office. Yes. I just want to let you know, you got the part. I got the part. You got the part. Step on into my office here. Yeah. Lock the door. Lock the door. Yeah. Oh, I got the part. Right? Okay. Yeah. Have a seat over here on the chair. No, on the couch over there. You got the part. I got the part. Yeah, you're gonna get the part. Yeah. Oh, you got the part. What I want to say to you, I'm the guy in charge of handing out the parts, right? I'm the guy that approves it. I understand. And you got the part. I got the part. So why don't you exchange and I exchange and you get the part? You understand what I'm saying? If you don't get your damn hand off me, I don't need the money. I got a Benz outside. I got a Ferrari outside. I'm not doing this because I need the money, sucker. I'm doing this because I love it. So we don't do things like act and sing and dance and run up and down a football field, right? If I could only get on the team, I would get my family out of all this poverty. Oh man, if I could just, ooh, they picked me. Stop it. The money is free. You got the part? All right. We don't do that unless we love what we're doing. That's why I sing. That's why I act. That's why I dance, because I dance good. That's why I love it. Okay. Not because I need the money, because I know I speak Latin. I've learned how to get this money. All right. So now that we understand that, let's talk about the LLC, the S corporation, the C corp, the foundation, and nonprofit. Those are your 5 basic corporations. Let's get into it. All right. Ready? So the LLC. Let us help you get your LLC today. With just a few clicks, you too can have your LLC. And if you don't want money, get your LLC today. You got your LLC? God, I've been had an LLC. When you get an LLC? I'm saving up right now for my LLC. I got my LLC from LegalZoom. You know who? You got it from who? You know, girl, I had an LLC for the last 3 years. You making any money? Well, we was making money, but I got your LLC, right? All right. An LLC is a limited liability corporation, right? So figure a guy that's for risky things or dangerous things, right? That's for people like like a truck driver. They don't lend to trucking because it's dangerous. That's limited liability. Now, I want everybody to understand this, okay? Sometimes I slip up and I say LLC, limited liability corporation, but that is not a corporation. That stands for limited liability company. That is not a corporation. So all you people out there, I got my LLC. I got a corporation. No, you don't. That's a limited liability company. Just so everybody understands that, all right? We're here to speak the right lingo, Latin, the red pill or the blue pill, red pill, all right? So LLCs are for like, risky things like trucking, or a doctor is like an LLC, right? Look, blah, blah, blah. Oh, cool. Bro. I'm sorry. Look, I don't do nothing but sit in this damn office and think about money all day. That's all I do. I don't even have a life or wife. I lost my wife. She said, "Why don't we go somewhere?" I says, "Babe, I'm out here getting this money." She said, "We have enough money. Why don't we go do something?" What? She says, "We never do anything. You eat with us." I said, "Babe, but I'm supplying this for everybody. I don't care. We got to go somewhere sometime. I said, "Look, man," she said, "I'm leaving you." I said, "What?" I said, "You ain't going nowhere." I said, "Yeah, you like this money." She said, "I'm telling you, Derrick." She woke up next week and said, "I'm telling you, Derrick, I'm leaving you." Here goes. I said, "Look, you ain't going." She left. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. She said, "I'm tired. I can't take it no more." So all I do is sit in this damn office, right? Or some office, and talk about money. I love talking about money, right? But I don't want you to be like me. I don't want you, right, to let money change you. I don't want money. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself and teach your children, right? Money ain't your God. Yeah, Mr. Whitehead preaching again. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get it on, right? This is a part of it. All right, you want to learn? I have to put this little stuff in here because this is how it goes. I don't want you to do the things I made my mistakes with. Don't leave me, please. Don't leave me. Now, here I sit. All right. Listen. So LLC. Imagine you got a person. That's at the gas station, right? You got two people, a man and a woman. I don't care if it's a woman and a man, a woman and a woman, or man and a man. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying for this here, a man and a woman, all right? I don't care, right? Look, the man is talking to the lady. She say to, "Hey, you know what? We got a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? We should exchange numbers. We've been talking for like an hour. You know what I'm saying?" "Okay." She pulls out her phone. "What's your number?" "Well, I'm a straight dude now. First thing I want to let you know is that what? I got liability." "What you mean you got liability? You got your baby mama after you? What the hell? The police after you? Got an ankle bracelet? What you talking about?" And I also want to let you know how they are, right? "Tell me everything." Right? You know how I want to know everything, right? You say, "Okay, so I also want to let you know, yes, I'm limited." She's looking at you like this. "What you mean you limited? What you mean you? Oh, you know what? I had to fix. I got to pick up my baby from school. Wait a minute, baby. It's 11:30 at night. He in night school. I gotta go. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye." That's what the bank is gonna do to you if you walk in there talking about, "I got my LLC." This is to "I got my LLC. Can you give me some money?" They're gonna say, "See your way out the door," because we don't deal with risky things. Bye, bye, bye. And I'm risky with liability. But we don't know no better. So that's why I'm here to teach you. All right. So let's get down to it. LLC. That's for risk. You make a doctor operates on somebody, she messes up. You say, I'm gonna sue you. Say, I'm a limited liability company. You're not getting nothing from me. I'm bonded, licenses, construction. They don't like that. All right. S corporation. S corporation. Hey man, you know what? I hit the lottery, and I want to invest in your company. Well, come on, man. Let's go. Let's make money. You make money. I make money. Well. Wait a minute now. I just want to invest. I don't want to be a part of your company. I just want to be, I just want to invest. Right? I don't want none of that capital gain stuff that you talking, all that other stuff, right? I just want to invest. Oh man, I got something for that. I have an S corp. So if you don't have investors, why do you have an S corp? All right. So C corp. Dun, 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 dun. That's the mama of corporations. Okay, that's the mama. So now you don't want to have a company or a business that you can't go no higher. With this thing, you can take it to the Empire State Building. If you build a house on 6 inches of concrete, and now you say, hey, babe, I'm getting ready to build another story. She says, nope, sorry, can't do that. You know how we are, right? We never listen to nothing. She been telling us from the beginning, you shouldn't build it on 6 inches concrete. You know what I'm talking about. We keep driving. You should have turned back there. I told you. I know where I'm going. 2 hours later, babe, where you say we supposed to turn at? We don't never listen to nothing, right? So if you build a house on 6 inches of concrete, you say, hey, babe, I'm building another story. I'm going to build a second story. You can't do it. Why not? I told you. You can't build a 2-story on 6 inches of concrete. You have to build that on 12 inches of concrete. So now you got to tear it all down. Well, how many people out there just want 150, 200,000, 500,000, $1 million? Okay. But if you want $1 billion or you want $1 million, this corporation, this thing here, 100,000, whatever you're looking for, this is what will provide it. It can provide it. Put it that way. Now, trillions, why not? Reach for the moon. If you get to the stars, you higher than everybody else on this damn planet, right? All right, so this is a C corp. The C corp can do anything. It can take it to the first level, the second level, and the third level. It can take you public. You can be a publicly traded company with a C corporation, okay? So what I want to say to you is to make sure that you build it properly. Now, I want you to go in and look at SIC codes, SIC codes. I want you to write that down. A SIC code. What is a SIC code? A SIC code is a code that banks look at to identify how much or if they're going to lend you money at all because they like your business. SIC code. Some people say NICS code, NICSC code. Let's just look at a SIC code. A SIC code is what you do and the industry you're in. What you do and the industry you're in. So let's say, for instance, you're a truck driver. So a truck driver, let's say, for instance, 1536. 1536, that says truck driver. Not really, I'm just making up a number. And let's see, 4326. Let's say that is transportation. So you're a truck driver in the transportation industry. That's what you do and what industry you're in. And they look at the SIC code to see what you do and the industry you're in. They call it a SIC code. So look up SIC codes that banks like and big SIC codes that banks don't like. And now you know, don't go naming your business something that the banks don't like. That's why you don't get money, because these things are very important to get money. The money is free. Everything I'm teaching you, I didn't make this up. If I made it up, why would I have American Express, Truist, all these banks, when I do seminars, are setting their tables up right there with us. We are a part of like 20 to 25 banks. Yes, we are, right? Probably didn't know that, all right? But they go on stage and speak at our events. So talk about legitimacy. The bank says, we love what you're doing, and we will show up at your event. I didn't make this up. Now, so what I'm trying to say to you is that this thing is put together to get money. So look up the SIC codes that they like, so they don't reject you. They say, we don't like that. Then what do they like? They like marketing, consulting. They like plumbing. They like service. You know, they like, IT, computer stuff. They like that stuff, right? They don't like restaurants. They don't like construction. That's dangerous. Trucking, that's dangerous. Doctors, they don't like that stuff. Okay, so make sure you never name your company something they don't like. Number two, don't name your company anything specific. You ever notice that at Walmart doesn't mean cheap clothes? You ever notice that? Did you ever notice that Starbucks doesn't mean coffee? You ever notice that? How many people out there are looking at a computer right now and it has an apple on it? Apple does not mean apples. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean computers, because they know better. Okay, they know better. You think Chase means somebody chasing somebody? No, it doesn't mean anything. All right. So learn how to other people's ideas, other people's efforts, and other people's money. Right? We didn't invent it. Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Be a player and learn the game. Why hate the game? I hate the banks. I hate these. I hate this. They successful. You got to hate all you want, but learn what they do. All right. So next thing is, I want to make sure that you understand that the corp is a person. So go in and make sure you get your corporation. We want to make sure that you understand the rules. So a corporation is like free money, They already gave you stock and shares. They gave you in here shares. So I want you to look at in your corporation how many shares you have. So, okay, let's go through this real quick. The shares equal what the corporation is worth. Oprah don't have $5 billion under her mattress. It's what her company is worth. Nobody cares about how much money you have. That's for babies. That's for babies. I got how much money. Yeah, okay, that's nice. You tell me how much your corp is worth. I'm like, oh, tell me more. That's nice. Okay, so Amazon, 150 billion. They don't care. Amazon don't have 150 billion in its closet. That won't fit, baby. I'm sorry. It won't fit. Okay. So guess what? It's what Amazon is worth. It is the value of its assets. Now I want you to look into your corporation and see that the shares that they gave you, and they give you as many as you want, like Monopoly. Nobody's teaching us this. So they give you as many as you want, right? You're already rich. You live in one of the baddest countries in the world. Where can you go and they give you shares here? But they're not going to tell you how to use them. So look and see. You will see if you buy a new corporation, your shares will be zero value. You have to build that value by getting credit cards, by getting loans, by getting assets, taking that fake money that the bank gives you and buying real things, real property with the fake money. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have to go in and buy. That's why they call it real property. Okay, that's why they call you the landlord, because you're the lord of the land. When you own real estate, something real. That's why you buy real cars, real computers, real property, real things. This Willie's watch, this Willie Pasha Simple, this Willie's tailored suit, This ain't my suit. This Willie's a tailored shirt. This Willie's shirt, a tailored tie. This Willie tie. It ain't my tie. So we need to go in and understand that the corporation is issuing you shares. Now, when you find out how many shares you have, because if you get a corporation, you'll tell them, I want 10,000, I want 100,000. The shares are worth zero, so you have to make them have value. How do you do that? So the first thing, we're talking seed money. You hit the bank, you hit the credit unions. Then after you hit the credit unions, then you hit the banks. After you hit the banks, then you go to the what they call the community banks. Now, little community banks, you can't borrow money if you don't live in their community, in their state. So if your corp is in Florida and that community bank is in Texas, you have to live there. So how do you do that? You do a foreign filing. You take $100, you file in that state and say, I live here now. This corporation lives here. And now you can borrow the money from the little community bank, that a little community, but they have as much money as any other bank. So they got tons of money with a little teeny amount of people to lend it to. You hop in that state and say, I live here now. I'd like to get me some of that money. So that's how we do. We hit the first, we hit the credit unions. Then after you hit the credit unions, you go get yourself maybe a tranche. What is a tranche? I want everybody to write down a tranche. A tranche is when you go in and you take 3 weeks to a month and a half for it to hit your report when they lend you the money or the credit card or whatever they're doing. Now, after that, then you go back in when you pay the bill and it reflects. Then you go back in after you pay the bill, and then you go get some more money. And when that hits, then you go get some more money. So don't go in. Everybody talking about go hit these credit cards and credit card stacking and stack up on all this stuff. No, because the bank will red flag you sometime and say, why are they trying to get so much money so fast? And they may red flag you. So sometimes the rabbit don't beat the turtle. Got it? Don't listen to all that stuff on the internet. Sometimes you have to look from a banking perspective, not from your site, from their site, right? The rules. Nobody's going to teach. Who's going to teach you all this on the internet for free? Nobody. But I'm going to teach it. So now the next thing is tranches. So make sure you hit that first tranche, second tranche, third tranche. Once you hit that first, second, third tranche, now you have your first foundation. Now, once you do that, the first foundation, what you're going to do, you're going to go in and go get for $125, boom, the corporate book, the corporate kit, they call it. And now you on your next level, second level. Oh man, nobody's going to teach you the first part that I'm teaching you. Forget about it on the second part. They're like, I'm going to teach you. So now, what do you do when you get the corporate book for $125? You get all this stuff in this book, all kind of guidelines, all kind of stuff. But the most important thing they give you, boom. That's called a stock certificate. A stock certificate. Do you know what you can do with this? You can give this with a private placement memorandum that says this is who we are, what we do, and you can lose all your money. All right? Just like Google or anybody else. But this, a private placement memorandum, a pitch deck. Nobody's going to listen to you all day talking about your stuff. You need a pitch deck. And then give that to what they call a person that's going to give that to the investor, right? That's called a transfer agent. Lost my thought for a second. A transfer agent. So with these things, you can go now and have People raise the money for you. Did you know that? Did you know with this stock certificate and a transfer agent to transfer the money and keep the log or the ledger, plus a private placement memorandum that keeps you out of jail, says, look, you can lose your money, this is an investment, and a pitch deck, take that package, transfer it to an investor, he likes your company, he gives you the money to the transfer agent, he puts in your bank account, and you can take that, this thing, this is not a debt, you don't owe anybody. So now you can take this, if you borrowed $1 million from the bank, $5 million, if you got $1 million in this, you can transfer and pay that $1 million off, and you are debt free. Who's going to teach you this on the internet for free? Nobody. All right. Let's explain this real quick. After you do that, then what are you going to do? You're going to go to your next third level, and you can become, because now you got money flowing, you got stock issued. Now you're going to go to your third level, and you're going to take that company public. That means you can buy a publicly traded company. Imagine this. You can buy a company like Google or any of those companies for cheap. Maybe they don't want to do it anymore. I'm tired of doing this. And you can buy one and then take your shelf corporation that I'm going to tell you about, because banks don't like rookies and babies. You take your shelf corp and put it in your shell. Now, who's teaching you what a shell is? Nobody. So you buy a publicly traded company, put it, your shelf, in your shell, and flip it. That's called a reverse merger. And now you are like Google and YouTube and publicly traded company. Everybody around the world can give you money. The world. So why are you looking at Section 8? Because nobody's teaching you. Why are you looking for jobs? Why are you running around looking up? Well, if I just had some more money. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. It will get better. Singing like Paul Robeson. Some of y'all don't know who that is, man. Paul Robeson. Look him up. This is very, 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 very powerful man. All right. I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. All right. All right. Enough joking. So I want you to make sure that you go in and get your corporation and get the right structure. But first of all, banks don't do rookies. The money is free, but you got to know how to do this thing, right? So banks don't lend money to rookies. A seasoned age shelf corp is what you want. If you walk in the bank not being older than 3 years old, you're not getting any money. So you should be at least 2 tax years. What's a tax year? From January to April, That's 2 years, 8 months, rounded off to 3 years. So the bank is not going to give you any money if you're a baby or a rookie. They don't play with their money, right? Okay, so you don't want money? Get your LLC. You don't want money? Have the wrong FIT code. You don't want money? Name your business something that they don't like. You don't want money? Get a brand new company. So you say, well, Mr. Whitehead, I don't have an old company. Well, how do I do it? Well, buy an old company. If they want 3 years or more, go buy one. The same way you can buy a new company, you can buy an old company. Did you know that? They call them seasoned age shelf corporations. Seasoned age shelf corporations. They say, Mr. White, is that legal? Don't people buy businesses every day that people owned before? Of course it is. We don't do anything illegal. Why? When legal is so nice. Why? All right. So a seasoned age shelf corporation. A seasoned age is old, right? That means somebody, some lawyer, somebody put it on the shelf and waited for it to get old, and they know how valuable it is, so they sell it to people like you and me who know what it can do. The 85% have no clue, but we know what it can do. Oh, that rhymes. I like that. So now guess what? These people go in, some of these people go in and they buy 10 of them. They'll buy, I've seen people come in and they'll buy like 10 of them at one time. So now let's imagine, let's do the math. I got a whole drawer full of these. These are some of mine. All right. So imagine if you walk in and you had 10 season age shelf corporations. First of all, season and age is old. Shelf corp means some lawyer put it on the shelf and they never issued an EIN number. Because if you buy a season age shelf corp that has an EIN number attached to it, it could have bad credit. Now you bought it for nothing. So imagine you go in and get your season age shelf corporation and you say, oh man, it got bad credit. So a season age shelf corporation, get your own EIN number. Get your own EIN number, right? Now, imagine if you built these corporations outright, and whenever you needed money, you could pull it off the shelf and go fund it. So imagine if each one of these are built the way I'm telling you to build, and it's built properly, I don't have a problem accessing money. So I build mine for like $1 million or more, but let's just say if it's 300,000 each corp, and you built it up properly, this would be 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 30, $3 million. 300,000 apiece. That's easy to get with a corporation. You mean to tell me you can't do nothing with $3 million and you're looking around, the money is there? Build it and go get the money. And then do your first level, second level, and third level, and keep it moving. Now, I want you to make sure that you can get a season age shelf corp. You don't need me. You can go online and buy yourself a season age shelf corp. I'm teaching you the steps for what I think that can make you successful and get your money to do business and stop struggling. Stop struggling. Stop it. Stop. Okay. So what I want you to do is go and get yourself a season age shelf corporation. Where can I get those from, Mr. Whitehead? You can get those from wholesale shelf corporations, right? There's a company called Wholesale Shelf Corporation. You don't need us. So you can go. I want you to teach your children. All right. I do well in the day, believe me. All right. If I do $3.5 million or $6.5 million, taking a company public, if I do 5 of them a month, 4, I'm straight. And you times that by 20, 30 years of me doing this, I'm straight. I'm straight. All right. So you're no threat to me. So go in, get your season age shelf corporation, go to them. I looked in there, they had a 5-year-old corporation. Now you don't want a corp under 3 years, and you don't want a corporation over 9 or 10 years. Why not? Because if you're under 3 years, you're a rookie. They say no. If you're older than 8 or 9 years, you become like a dog age. That's like 80 years old for a corporation. So you're saying, I'm going to give you no documentation and stated income. They say, wait a minute, you 80 years old? You ain't got no taxes. You ain't got no financials. You don't have no cars. You don't have nothing in this court. No. You're either a poor businessman or something's not right here. So never go over 8 or 9 years and never go under 3 years. Go in the sweet spot. Nobody's going to teach you this. You have to be banker, right? Okay, so if you get your season age, I saw them, they had like a corporation for like, I think they had one for like 5 years old. That's a sweet spot. 5 years old for like 14 grand. Now, you may say 14 grand? Why would you not pay 14 grand for a corp that can give you back 50,000? 100,000, 2, 3, 4, 500,000, and you could go to the next level and the next level and the next level. Man, I would borrow 14,000. I would say, look, man, let me hold 14,000. I'm gonna buy this corp, man. I'm getting ready to go fund this corp, man. Man, give me I'll give you back 20, man. Give me the $14,000, man. I'll give you 25 grand. Man, let me go fund this corporation. They'll give me back 14 grand, and they're gonna give me 50. Even if I got 50, you know how easy it is to get $50,000 off a corporation, right? I mean, that's just like a credit card. No doc, right? So imagine if they're gonna give you 2, 3, 400,000, 500,000 for 14. I give him back 25,000 and keep it moving, you know? So sometimes there's ways with your credit that you can go in and get that seed money to get the rest of the money. Call us up, economicministry.com, and ask us about seed money. We help you get the seed money so you can buy the court, or maybe a payment plan. Or if they buy a court, we sell courts, but I think 14,000. We don't sell courts for $14,000. Okay, I think that's a little exuberant, but they can't keep them on the shelf. And if you go in and you try to go get one, if you pick one today and go get it tomorrow and don't get it today, it probably won't be there, because rich people know how to go get that money and not struggle. They're not teaching us. Okay. Another thing I want you to understand is that a seasoned age shelf corp, but unpublished corp. Unpublished. What is unpublished corp? That means a bank can actually see if that corp was sold online. So you went and picked your corp. Oh, I see it online. I like this name. You should be picking a name that means nothing, right? But they're not going to tell you that. So now you pick a corporation. What you should do is not pick a corp online, because they can see that. They can see it. So you pick a corporation from somebody, from a list they send to your email. That's unpublished. And then you pick out 3, because you probably get 1. They go quick. So you pick out 3 that you like, and you send that back to their email, pay for it. They send you everything back in your email. That's called an unpublished corporation. Unpublished. We're going to teach you this on the internet for free, right? Nobody. All right. I want you to know the inside scoop. All right. So now, we got the seasoned age shelf corporation. You don't do business to get money. You get money to do business. You want to be the 85%, or you want to be the 15%? You want the red pill or the blue pill? Open your mouth. Take the red pill. I want you to take the red pill today. I want you to say, I took the red pill. I want a Nebuchadnezzar. I didn't know. I didn't. In reality, I didn't. Morpheus. Take the red pill. All right. All that. Neo. Look, I have so much fun with you guys when I come on here. In the daytime, I'll be serious. I'll be like, buy it, sell it. That'll be $335 million. I don't care. How much was it? How much is the corporation worth? Oh, you want me to fix this thing? Okay, that's going to be $150,000. You want to season? You want to go public? That's going to be 4.5 million. Oh, you have that? Okay, fine. I'll have my assistant have you the wire instructions, and we'll have our transfer agent, and we'll use Everclear. Just for your information, Everclear is how you transfer large amounts of money. Everclear. All right. So if you're going to go and talk about transfer, we need to know this stuff. We need to know this stuff, because you're going to the top. So we're going to start thinking about, I'm going to transfer me some money through Everclear. You got M7s, you got M13s. Write that stuff down. That's how banks transfer money. We need to know this stuff. All right, next slide. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to question and answers. I want to make sure Everybody stays on because the question and answers is what we're going to do. I'm going to get me a drink of water. My buddy Millen, he's going to come in and give you question. Before I do that, I want to ask everybody, who thinks that this information that I'm giving you is some decent information? If you think it's decent information, I want you to put up a 9. I could just say bye, thank you for listening. I'm gonna give me some water, get something to eat. Bye, thank you. All right, teach your kids. All right. If you think this is decent information, put up a 9. Fire 9. Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you think this is something that's useful to you, put up a 9. Some participations. I'll talk all day. I'll know how you feel. I feel about it. All right. Crystal Styles. Wow. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. I want you to teach your children. If you don't teach your children, you are wasting my time, their time, and your time. Because you need to be that person in that big, big picture over the fireplace. That's Grandma Johnson. She started all of this. In the chair, that's Grandpa Johnson. I need you to be that. Stop looking at everybody else and admiring all their Rolls Royces and all their watches and all that. You can have that too. If you think this is decent, put up a 9. If you think it's decent information, something that you can use, useful for your family and yourself. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. All right. So with Derrick Whitehead, 360 CEOs, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. I do. You don't believe it. You don't believe it. I love you. And I want you to succeed. All right. I want you to wake up one day and say, how did we get here? I'm not supposed to be here. That's what I want you to say. Thank you, everybody. So what I want to say is thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, with Derrick Whitehead, 360 CEOs, we're not brokers, we're not finders, we're not attorneys. If you need anybody in those areas, please consult those people. What we are consultants, and we're giving you this information freely because we believe everyone on here is a friend, and we truly believe that. And everybody here is one. We are here as one. One. If you have something that you can contribute, put it in there. Don't go selling your stuff, okay? That's not for this, all right? If you have something that you can contribute, like saying, oh, you can get this from here, or you can do that from there, I welcome that. This is our community. This is our program, not the Derrick Whitehead show, all right? But by the way, I want you guys to look out for, they're trying to give me a TV show. They're trying to give me a TV show. So I want you guys to look out for, it's going to be investors on one side. It's going to be like Shark Tank. And so it's going to be investors on one side, and it's going to be people that need money on the other side that can coincide with each other. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to be the host, all right? And so they're going to go in like Shark Tank, and they're going to be able to go in and say, okay, I want to give money to this company. I want to give money to that company. I want to give the money to this company. And it's going to tell the story of who they are and all that like that. And I think it's going to be very interesting. They're trying to make me a show. We do, we help Ronald Isley. So if anybody can make it out there, we're going to be in LA and with Ronald Isley, and it's going to be a really big event. So I'm going to put some stuff up here. Anybody want to come out there and hang out, shake hands with Ronald Isley? We're doing his liquor. We're helping him raise his Ronald Isley liquid gold. He calls it contagious. You're contagious. That'll be crazy. All right. So you guys look out for that. Again, it's going to be real fun. So again, we're not brokers, we're not finders, we're not attorneys. My buddy Miller's going to come in here. He's going to tell you about some things that we real soon they're putting it together with Ronald Isley. That's going to be in like 3 weeks, I believe. So I'm going to put the information up there so people can go there. I may be going to the Black Polo. Have you ever seen black folks, black men on horses with a lot of money hitting polo, doing polo? Well, they actually exist. There's a lot of rich dudes on the horses doing polo. So I'm going to go out to and speak to the polo champions and a lot of business people out in Delaware, next to Virginia. And I'm going to be there. And it's going to probably be about 2,000 people. I'm going to speak to them. So you guys, I'll give you information. If you want to come up there and check us out, I'll be there speaking. I just spoke to the Black Chamber about 2 weeks ago, the National Black Chamber, and it was beautiful. We had the mayor there, and we had dignitaries and a bunch of people. We're going to put a lot of that online also. So we got a lot of nice things going on, but we're here right now to teach you. So my buddy Miller's going to come in here. I'm going to get a drink of water. Don't leave, because this is where the money is made, in the questions. So he's going to come in, and some people say, Mr. Whitehead, can you help me with this? I said, I'm telling you everything and question and answers. You don't need me. You don't need us. But they say, can you help me anyway? So he's going to come and tell you some things about 5-7 minutes that we can help you with. And I'm going to come right back here, and I'm going to try to do my best to answer your questions. 30 years of knowledge. Nobody knows everything, but I'm sure do a hell of a job to try to answer them for you, all right? So I'll be right back. He's my buddy, partner's accent. He's out in Europe right now. Who knows? He doesn't need the money, right? Here we go. He had me saying that, so I'm gonna get up and run and say this. But this guy's worth about $500 million, trust fund baby, right? So you don't need the money, all right? I don't need the money, right? But he's gonna tell you some things we can help you with, and I'll be right back. The question and answers is where the real money's made. Hang in there. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you for this presentation, and I want to thank everybody for still being here, and I'm not going to take too much of your time. It's going to be like 10 minutes or something, and I just want to say that if you're still here after 2 hours and a half, that means that, in my opinion, it shows that you are someone who are quite serious, and you will get this corporate funding that Mr. Whitehead was talking about, and bring your business to $1 million company, or perhaps $1 billion. Sure, why not? So before we go to Q&A, as Mr. Whitehead already said, my name is Milan Munt, and I'm his business partner, and I'll be with you for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll just tell you briefly about something special that we have for you, and something that we believe, and I believe that will get you to get that money much faster. So as he said, you don't need us, but if you want someone like us to take you by the hand and guide you through, so you can get that money, then you will like what we have for you here. So pay attention, please. So now, just let me look at the comments before I continue and make sure everything is fine. All right, thank you so much. That's great. So, okay. So now you've heard Mr. Whitehead, and if you've been paying attention, and I hope you did, now you know that getting funded with 100 to 300, 400, 500,000 or even 1 million, and then use this money to scale your business to a multi-million-dollar company is totally possible. Other people do it, and you can do it too. So if you are someone who wants to get this kind of money from the bank, so you can invest it and scale it to a multi-million-dollar company and enjoy the lifestyle you've always wanted, we have great news for you. Now you can get properly structured and properly built, seasoned, aged, ready for funding shelf corporation. That can get you approved for large sums of funding for a fraction of the price other companies sell. And this seasoned, aged, ready for funding shelf corporation has been carefully built the exact way the banks want. So you can apply for 100, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 or even 1 million, and then use this money to scale your business and make millions from investments like real estate, and possibly take your business to a $1 billion company. So if you want to get funded with 100, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 or even 1 million, if you want to use this money to scale your business and possibly take your company to billions, and you want to get the business funding within only 12 weeks or less, then this shelf corporation has been seasoned and built specifically for you, right? So here is what this shelf corporation consists of. First of all, you're getting a shelf corp that is unpublished, never sold online, and banks absolutely love that. It's got good credit, that's verified. It's ideal age, 48 years old. It's properly built and properly structured. It's ready to receive the business funding. And once you have all of this, all I can say is congrats, enjoy your money. So now, how much do these shelf corporations cost? Well, you can check how much they sell similar shelf corporations online. And you can find them at about $20,000 or $30,000. So, and they sell like cupcakes. Why? Well, simply because they can get you thousands and possibly millions in funding. That's very simple, right? And I'm not talking about, 1 or 2 year old corp or a published corp that has been sold online previously, or that one that has bad credit perhaps, or not built properly, or not properly structured, or not ready for funding. I'm talking about a delicious spread on the bread called a miracle, okay? A corp of the highest caliber that can get you approved for large sums of funding, okay? I'm talking about this kind of a corporation, and who doesn't want to pay 20,000 or 30,000 and get 200,000 back, or 300,000 back, or 400,000 or more, right? Anyone would do that. Well, the problem is that not all of these shelf corporations you can find online are ready for funding or fundable at all, right? Why? Well, simply because some of them are not only poorly structured, they are not only published, which is a big no-no to the banks, but can also have bad credit. And if you don't know how to check that, you can lose your money. Nobody wants that, so we don't want that. So on top of that, once you buy the corp, from them, you will be on your way out the door, right? Because not many people know that even if you buy a decent, let's assume that you find a decent seasoned age shelf corp, nobody knows, but perhaps not many people know that some of the building steps can be done only after you have acquired it. Only after that, not before. But these companies, some of them, I don't know all of them, I'm just saying that you have to be careful. Maybe perhaps some of them, they will not show you, they will not guide you, they will not build it for you, they will not prepare it for funding, they will not advise you, nothing. You just buy a corp, good luck, you will be on your way, right? Now, with us is a completely different story. We will hold you by the hand and show you how to complete the business, the building process of that corp after you have acquired it, so some banks can even beg you to give you more funding. So now you're probably asking yourself, fine, okay, I got it, I get it, but how much? How much for all this value? Okay, fair enough. But before I reveal to you the final price, let's go over the corp real quick so you can understand the colossal benefits of what you're going to be getting here. So first of all, you're getting a seasoned age shelf corporation that has been aged like a fine wine, and banks love that. This is $14,997 value. It's properly built and properly structured. It's ready to receive the business funding, $5,997 value, unpublished, never sold online, and this is absolute must-have, $2,997 value, and it's got good credit. Banks absolutely require that in order for them to give you the funding. $2,997 value. Ideal age, 48 years old. $2,997 value. But wait, that's not all. Plus, we will hold you by the hand and tell you exactly what you need to do to complete the process and have it ready for funding in less than 12 weeks. I would say, 3 to 4 weeks maximum, but I would say 12 weeks just to be on the safe side here. $3,997 value, and we will teach you how and where to get proper business address. Very important, $347 value, and we will tell you where to get your proper business phone number. This is also a must-have, $347 value, and we will acquire and build for you a professional corporate website with an H domain, and the banks absolutely require that nowadays. This is $797 value. Just give me a second. Okay, I apologize. So as I said, we will acquire and build for you a professional corporate website with an H domain that banks absolutely require nowadays. And as I said, this is $797 value. And we will list your corporation into the correct business listings. Banks will check that before they can, give you the money and make any decision. And so this is $197 value. We will set for you a DUNS or Experian number, $297 value. And we will tell you the ideal SAT and NITS codes that will get you approved even faster. And this is $297 value. And very important, next step, pay attention, which is, we will enhance and raise your credit so you are ready for funding. This is $1,497 value. So, and all of these steps are absolutely essential for you to get the funding you need so you can scale your business fast. And, if you screw even one of these steps, you will be denied real fast. And if you don't know how to correct that, it's going to be even worse. And you may even become blacklisted. If you keep submitting without knowing how to do it, you can become blacklisted and not be able to get any funding in the future. So if I were you, I would take this very seriously. I wouldn't take any chances, considering this is your future and the one of your family, perhaps. Okay, so now this makes a total value of $37,264. But wait, there is more, because we want you to succeed even faster. We have prepared something really special for you, and this is on top of everything else. Because you are on this webinar right now, when you get your seasoned HL corporation today, you're also going to receive the full 360 CEO Economic Masonry Masterclass coaching program, completely free, which usually sells for $4,000. Look upon this program as learning how to fish, right? A corporation, you get a corp, you eat for a day. This is like getting a fish. But this program is learning how to fish, and you eat for a lifetime, right? And when you combine the two, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this will be the holy grail of your success, right? So now, this program consists of 4 main modules, and let me just tell you briefly about them. And these modules we are going to teach you. In module 1, we're going to teach you how to be a good PG for your corp. Now, you're going to get this done for you when you get the corp. But this is, if you want to learn it, so you can, apply it for a lifetime, this is the program to do it, right? What is a good PG? A PG means personal guarantor, and you will be an excellent personal guarantor after you buy the corp, and we help you, enhance your credit. It's not appropriate to say fix it. You can't say fix credit, but I would say enhance your credit and raise it to the maximum level so you can get more funding. But here you will learn, how to get, how to do that and be a great PG, great personal guarantor. Because, when you go to the bank and ask for business credit with your corporation, let's call that corporation a Willie, the bank will ask you who's going to guarantee if Willie is going to pay us back. And you're going to say, I am, because I am a personal guarantor. But a good personal guarantor has to have good credit and good FICO. So here, you're going to get this with your shelf corp, but in this program, you're also going to learn the process. So we're going to teach you how to have good credit and good FICO, so you can be an excellent PG and have much greater chance to get even more business funding with your shelf corporation. And this is $2,997 value, right? Now, module 2 is corporate structure, and here you're going to learn how you can build and structure your corporation properly so the banks fall in love with it and want to give even more business funding. This is $3,997 value. Let me look up the comments real quick to see if everything's fine. Thank you. So, that's great. So, okay, there is questions, but just wait for the Q&A. Mr. Whitehead will explain everything about credit, about anything that you need. Okay, so now, as I said, you will learn how to structure your corporation properly. This is $3,997 value, and also then module 3 is going to be about funding, and here you will learn how you can fund your corporation and anybody's corporation for that matter. How cool is that? Nobody will teach that, ever. So this is $2,997 value. And now in module 4, after you have gotten the business funding, it's very important for you to learn how to grow and multiply it, because otherwise you could lose it. So the $1 million or rather $1 billion question is, how do you do that, right? And that's what this module is all about. Here we will show you some amazing real estate investment opportunities so you can grow your portfolio. And the fact is that 75% of all billionaires in America, or 85% I would say, exist because of real estate, right? So that's why they call them the landlord, lord of the land. And if you control the land, you control everything. And this module is worth a minimum of $9,997 value, but today you're getting it included with your shelf corporation. Wait, there is more. I thought, you thought that I was done, didn't you? Not so fast. Just quick. When you order your shelf corporation today, you're also going to receive direct access to the man, to the myth, to the legend, Mr. Whitehead himself, and to his team of savvy consultants, and ask them any questions you want. And some people pay $39,997 just to be in a room with them for an hour. But today, when you get your shelf corp, you're also going to get direct live Zoom access to him and his team, so you can get personalized help immediately. So this makes a total value of $97,249, and this is what the corporation costs. Our corporation, costs $97,000. If you pay that today, I'm just kidding, okay? Just kidding, but look, we're not going to charge you $97,249 today. We could, because of the enormous benefits and value this opportunity represents. But let me ask you a question. Do you think, that after getting you ready for funding shelf corporation today, and after learning all of these high financial step-by-step secrets Mr. Whitehead will teach you in this program, do you really think that after all of this will be possible for you to get the funding you need and scale it to $1 billion company and enjoy the lifestyle of comfort, fun, and financial freedom? Yes, I think so too. Because it's totally possible. If we can do it, you can do it. We have nothing special. We just know some things that you didn't know before, but now you know them, and there is no excuse. You've seen the value of this webinar, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I don't know about you, but I would trade $97,249 for such an amazing opportunity all day long, every day. Okay, so we're not going to charge you $97,249 today. We're not going to even charge you $50,000, not even $20,000, which is a complete bargain, if you ask me. When you order today before the end of this webinar, the price for the Season 8 Shelf Corporation plus the whole 360 CEO program that includes credit, corporation, funding, and real estate, plus access to Mr. Whitehead, will be only $12,997. And we are doing this because we want to help you get the business funding you need and scale your business to a multi-million-dollar company and possibly take your company public and become financially free. Okay, but only today, just because you are on this webinar right now. And I want to thank you so much for hanging in there. And you are great. You are a great entrepreneur. You are very serious, because this is almost 3 hours now. And you will get it for only $11,997. And we are doing this because we want to help you get the business funding you need, scale your business to a multi-million-dollar company, and possibly take your company public and become financially free. So here is what you need to do next. Just click the link in the chat and book a call with our team. They'll help you with any questions you may have, and we'll assist you and facilitate the purchase for you and give you different options that are custom to your own situation. Just book a call, ask away. No one is left behind. Now listen, this is a great offer. Lots of people are going to take us on this for obvious reasons. It is simply an amazing value, but it will not be available for long. So, this is a special price right now for everyone who is attending this webinar. And I want you to know that this is not going to be available to the general public. You cannot get this discount if you come back, let's say, in the next few days and possibly the next few hours. So click the link in the chat, book a call, and start enjoying your wealth, enjoy your life. And get your corporation, get your funding, scale your business, and then have fun. Get a nice car, buy a mansion, go to a vacation. I don't know, just do whatever you want to do. I will leave this to your own imagination, because once you do this, there is no turning back. Only the sky will be your limit. And now, before I give the microphone to Mr. Whitehead for Q&A, real quick, I'm gonna introduce Dr. Kevin Sutter from our team, and he will explain to you what you can expect and how it can benefit you. So go ahead, listen to Kevin for 5 minutes, and then book a call, get fully built, ready for funding Shelf Corporation, and I'll see you at the top. Thank you so much.
Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Go ahead and put me in the chat. Make sure you can hear me. Got it. Rochelle, if you can unlock my my camera so I can share it, that would be great. Awesome. Again, while we're waiting for this to kick off, guys, I want to say again, obviously, every one of you is very serious and very committed. And so congratulations to all you guys for sticking around. I'm going to walk you through the link that was shared so that you guys can jump on and schedule the call. Because there's 3 different links that you can go to. Here we go. I think the camera's coming on. There it is. Hey, how's it going, everybody? So again, my name's Kevin, and what we're going to go over is I want to show you the link real quick. So hang on, hold your horses. Don't jump on and book the call just yet. If you already did, that's all right. It'll be fine. I'm the director of the sales team here. I work directly with Derek and Millen and the entire team. And what I want to do is make sure you know exactly where to go. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through this link. So just wait 1 second and let me show you exactly how we're going to do this, because I don't want anyone to make any mistakes. So let me know whenever you can see my screen and you can see the landing page. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the chat. Awesome. All right, everyone can see it. So again, and Millen did such a great job explaining everything, but I want to just go over this real quick because there's 3 different phases we're talking about, right? For everyone on this call, you are all in one of 3 buckets. Those 3 buckets come down to the 3 links down here at the bottom. Like Millen talked about, credit restoration or credit enhancement. We can't say credit fixing because there's never a full guarantee on that, but we can enhance everybody's credit. Seed money call. If you're looking to get the money for the corporation to go ahead and jump into this program to work with myself, Mr. Whitehead, and the rest of our team, then that's a different situation. If you're ready to buy and get in with the Shelf Corp right now, I'm actually going to open up the private chat here in just a minute. I'll walk you through it, and I'm going to get on calls with people tonight. So if you're serious and you're ready and the fire is lit and you're ready to go start creating generational wealth, then I want to invite you to jump on a chat with me in just a second, and I'll get you guys on the phone tonight to get set up. So number 1, credit consultation, right? So you're going to jump on that call. It's a free credit consultation with our team. If you want to know, hey, what are the things I need to do to enhance my credit, or can your team help me, right? Number 2, book a seed money call. So let's say you have a 620 credit score or better, and you say, I want to jump in, I want to get the 12,000, the 11,997, so that I can get the corporation going right now. So we'll book a call with our team, and they will make sure that they schedule you in the next couple days to get on with our team with Beatrice and with Bobby and the guys and get you taken care of so we can get your seed money. Number 3, the Book a Shelf Corp call. Listen, this is for all of you that have a 700 plus credit score and you're ready to invest and get started. I want to get on the phone with you tonight and get you scheduled and get you ready to go. So it only takes a few minutes, about 8 minutes on the call to get you signed up and dialed in. And so we'll go ahead and take care of that. But if you buy the Shelf Corp, the bottom link, the full package, you get everything. So again, not only are you going to get the 360 masterclass, not only do you get a connection with Mr. Whitehead and having the Q&As, not only do you get the Shelf Corp, but like Millen says, right? Wait, there's more. You're also going to get the credit enhancement as part of that package. So I want to invite you guys right now. Number one, book a credit consultation call. If you don't know where you're at and you want to make sure that you're making the right decision, we're going to get you on with our team to talk with them for a free quick consultation, go over your credit and make a plan. Number two, seed money. Kevin, I've got a 620, but I'm not at the 700. I'm not quite ready yet. And I need to get some money in so I can do this. Again, like Millen said, if you're going to go ahead and get a short micro loan for, 10,997, 11,997, and the possibility is 2, 3, 4, 500,000 and even more, leaving generational wealth and changing your family, it's worth hopping on a seed call to find out if you're eligible and how we can help you. But for those of you that are ready, I'm going to show you this down in the right-hand corner. If you can see my mouse in this little chat right here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so I make sure everyone's tracking with me. Good. Okay, coming in. So you're going to click on this right here. When you click on this, it is me, right? I am Kevin. So I'm going to be chatting with you. It's going to pop up. I'm going to get a couple questions from you, get some information. And then if you're ready tonight to jump on a phone call, I'm opening up my calendar for the next hour to make sure that I can take care of everyone that's ready to go. And if it takes longer, it takes longer. I'll stay here all night to make sure everyone's taken care of. So I want you to go ahead and open that chat. I want you to put in the information, your name, your phone number, and let's start chatting and getting connected so that we can hop on a call tonight. Now, again, to get on these calls tonight, you need to have a 700 credit score and you need to be ready to make your first payment and we get rolling. And so for those of you that are ready, I want you to go ahead and start that chat right now so I can connect with you. But for everyone else that's on this call, I want you to know one thing. You say, man, 620. Oh my gosh, I don't even have a 620. What do I do? We have an answer for everybody. We don't believe in the term that everyone is unqualified or people can't do it. No, every one of you can do it. Something that Mr. Whitehead says all the time, discipline makes the difference. So if you're willing to put in the discipline, put in the work, fix your credit, take care of the things you need to take care of. It's like anything else in life. Whenever you do it the right way, it will do you the right way back. So let's make sure we're taking the time to really look over these things, schedule the call in the appropriate place. And for those of you that want to jump in the chat, I want to invite you to jump in right now, and we're going to go ahead and get you taken care of. So for those of you that are on tonight and say, hey, I'm ready to hop on a call, I'm ready to get this figured out, I'm ready to get started, just start chatting with me, and I will be talking with you again for the next hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, it doesn't matter. And again, man, I just want to say to every one of you that is still here, you're obviously serious. You're obviously ready to make a change for your family, and you want to make sure that you're taking care of them in the best way possible. One thing I told Mr. Whitehead the first time I talked to him is my biggest goal is to leave a legacy and do things for my kids that my family was not able to do for me when I was growing up, right? So what I want to do is make sure you have that opportunity as well. So I'm going to hop off here, and I'm going to jump on the chat and get started. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Let's rock and roll, and let's go get that money. Back to you, Mr. Whitehead.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin. Can you open up the mics here? Can you open up the mics? Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you, sir. Let me get this over.
Yes, sir, Mr. Derrick, I'm working on it.
Okay. And thank you, Millen.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehead. Can you please open your camera? I think we can't see you right now.
Okay, unable to start video. You can start your video because the host has stopped it.
Rochelle, please make Mr. Whitehead the host right now.
Yes.
Now you can start it.
You can turn on the camera now, Mr. Derrick.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. As I said, thank you, Dr. Kevin. as I said to everybody out there, you don't need us. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do question and answers right now. If there is something that you need that we can help you with, dial a number. But I'm back now, like I said I'd be, and I want you to ask a question that's going to say, that's exactly what I needed to know. That's exactly what I needed to know. That's exactly that's what I need. Ooh, once I find out this answer to this question, I can take it to the top. All right. So we're going to open up question and answers. We're going to go from female to male because a lot of times the men dominate the thing. So let's go from female to male. And I would just tell me your name. Open up all the mics, please, and tell me your name, where you're from, and don't give me the background. Just give me the question. All right. Now, nobody knows everything. I simply don't. That's for sure. But I have 30 years of knowledge. I'm going to try to answer your question for you, and you don't need us. So you're going to say, that's just what I needed to know. All right. So let's go. Who's the first lady?
Greetings, Mr. Whitehead.
Hello. Greetings. What's your question?
Greetings. This is Ebony from North Carolina.
Okay.
I have a question, but can I do a praise report real quick? Since I've been on your the seminars, I have been listening to you get my credit and things straightened, and I have listened to your steps and everything verbatim. And I have been able to get my credit score up as well as my FICO score. So I want to thank you for giving me that information because I am hungry for this information to make sure that I am creating generational wealth for me and my children. So thank you so much. I have seen results from what you have given me. I am a witness to it, and I am sharing it. I am on this live every Tuesday and Thursday because I find something different in it. So that's just my praise report. Thank you.
Wow.
Now,
thank you. That's worth all night. Thank you.
For my question, I have been operating one of my organizations for 3 years. I pay my taxes. Now that I'm working on my credit score, my everything is getting into play. And I'm getting very, very close to purchasing my C Corp. My question is that being that I have been working with this organization for 3 years, will that be, I know that's a sweet spot between 3 to 5 years. Will that be able to, being that it's a nonprofit, once I
would that be a what again?
Will I be, once I put that under the court, will that be a seasoned corpse then, or will I have to start over?
No, once you get the seasoned corp, you put it underneath the mama because the seasoned corp is the mama. That's a special purpose entity that's used for money. Mr. Whitehead, what's the special purpose? To get money. That's why they made it. They just didn't tell us. All right. So when you take that, you put the whatever corp you have underneath it, and now if it's worth $1 million and you put it underneath the mama by default is worth $1 million. So now you're worth $2 million. That's why structure means so much. So no, it will enhance your company. It's all about the worth or the value of your company, not how much money you make. So you're creating more value by doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehead. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, darling. Thank you so much. And I want everybody to know there's Instagram, there's Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. There's all these platforms. So right now there's probably about 1,800. There's about 1,400 people. I know it gets late out in the East Coast. It's about 1,400 people on here. So if you want to, you can hop into economicmasonry.com, and ask questions like these people, or just hear the question and answers. Also, can Kevin or Rachel, can you put up the number that people can contact people on? And the there are people out here on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook that are saying, I want the number. It says John right here. Windsor 176. He said, what's the number? Is there a number that you can put up here that I can say so everybody else out here that's not on the Zoom can know the number?
Yes,
Can
Mr.
they
Derrick, I'm
open the
posting it
link
now.
if we put that up as well, or no?
I don't know. I'm just a teacher. I don't know.
Let's go ahead and throw in the link and the phone number. Rochelle just did that in there. So on everybody's in your chat there, you should be able to see the link and the phone number. Again, if you go to the link first, you can schedule a time. If you call in, you know how Mr. Whitehead is. We're back to back, busy all day long. So if you're just calling in, it's a lot easier to schedule a meeting if you grab that link and do as I showed you.
Okay, so put that number up there so I can say the number. So people that are not on this Zoom.
How do you ask the question?
I'm going to call your name if you have your hand up. So people,
okay.
There are people that are not on here on the Zoom that are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. They can't see what's on Zoom. So Rachel, can you put that number up so I can say it to them?
I'm posting it. I posted it already, Mr. Derrick.
But okay.
Every 5 minutes.
Okay, I don't see it because I want to be able to tell them what that number is to people that are not on here. Can you put that number up?
Okay, Mr. Derrick, doing it now.
Okay. Again, there's a lot of people out here that are not on the Zoom and they can't see this. That's why I'm asking for the number so I can say the number to them. So 424-543-7522. 424. Can somebody put that out there if you're on TikTok or any of that? Can you put this number up there so everybody can see it? 424-543-7522. You put that number up there.
Me and Millen is trying to fix it right now, Mr. Derrick. Thank you.
Okay, there you go. Because people are asking me. So anyway, let's get back to question and answers. That's what I do. All right. So remember, you don't need us. So you come in here and ask the question. And if I can answer it, that'll be excellent. Teach your children. That's all we ask. All right. This is for people that may want us to help them. Okay. Let's see who is next. The brother, Stephen Albright. What's your question? Just give me the one question, please. Okay, how about no, Stephen. How about Lou? What's your question? Just give me the question, not the background. One question, please. Lou, you have to open your mics. How about Scott Clark? These mic, can you hear me? Can you open their mics, please? How about
Can you hear me?
This is Scott.
Okay, Scott Clark.
Yes, this is Scott. Yes, Dr. Whitehead. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, question is that when we apply for a account, like say a Chase, for a business account, and get all set up, I have my corp and everything like that. Do we also, because they ask, do you want to apply for a credit card? Should we go ahead and apply for the credit card, or should we just let the system, the team help us, with that before we get the funding? Or should I just say, hey, let's go ahead and put the credit card in? What's your suggestion?
I would suggest that you let the affiliates, our affiliates, help you with that, because they may know things that you don't know. They may say, well, your credit is this, or you have this, or you have that, or they may give you, they can't give you advice, but they can suggest that I suggest you go here first, or you go there first.
Okay,
Things
that's
like
exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you, sir, so much. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you too. To teach our children. All right, sister.
Sir.
Yes, sir. All right, the next lady. Is there a lady? Robert. Leslie.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, is there a lady? We go gentleman, lady, gentleman, lady.
Okay, well, if I could go next, my name is Leslie, but I am not a lady.
Well, then that means you have to wait, because my name is Latonia, and I am a woman and a lady all together in one.
I heard that.
How's everybody doing? I
Wonderful.
just want to get on here and just tell you guys, everyone that's spoken to me today, even listening to the questions, that I am so grateful to be here. And, you know, I'll see everybody at the top for sure. But I want to let you know that I am working on some things, so I won't be able to jump in as of yet. I actually want to hear this like maybe 1 or 2 times more. So I'll be kind of chiming in, you know, to understand more or get it etched into and sketched into my skin, into my being. And so I'm working on some things. But my question is that, like, so I do have an asset that I'm like not certain it's a home, whether or not I should take out, and I'm like 6,000 shy from paying it off. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do I pull money from that, or like I you know, because I didn't want to go back into, you know, on something that I paid for. So that's where my mind kind of went on, like, okay, I can do it, but I got to make sure I'm investing in something that's going to, you know, bring me a bigger return and use that money properly. So I guess that's what I was thinking to do, is come in with you all at that point in time. If I took out, I yield.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, so pose that in a question for me.
Yeah, so I was wondering which way should I go in relations to, like, either taking money out on a house or just waiting and just, you know, so the question is, what do you think would be the best, like, direction to go in? Question.
Okay. I don't understand what the question was. Can you put in how do I do this?
Okay, so like the house is almost paid off. I was trying to get capital, right? So what would be the best way for me to get capital? Like, should I take out on the home, or should I just work my business? I am working on my credit at the same time. So should I just kind of like hold back a little bit? I'm not confused with it, but I just wanted some like sound advice on what somebody else would do that's already been in this field with real estate and things of that nature.
Okay, so we can't give advice because we're consultants, but I can give you, you know, from my point of view, I don't like taking money out of anything, an asset that I have or that's paid for. I would put that in a corporation, and because it's an asset and it has so much value in it, once I put it in a corporation, then I would borrow money from the corporation because the asset is giving it value. Don't borrow money out of the house. Borrow money from the bank and let them know you do have backup or an asset.
That's great. I feel so confident being here. So thank you. That's exactly what I was looking for. Perfect. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's what you was teaching too, brother, man. I tell you, thank you all.
That's
all of you was redundant.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you, sister. That's what I want to hear. Okay.
Am I next?
We have to go down the line. No, go ahead, brother. You're next. You very persistent. You're gonna make it. What's your question, Leslie?
Yes, sir. First, I want to thank you very much. You are a blessing to all of us. And we definitely, we hear you, we feel you, we love you, and we appreciate all the information that you have freely given to all of us, your friends.
Thank you, brother. That means a lot to me.
Yes, sir. My question is, I have been in contact with Wholesale Corp, but I would prefer to, to do business with you all, because I would like to receive the guidance and the step-by-step process, so that I don't make any mistakes along the way. I've owned some businesses in the past, but they were mostly side hustles to just add extra income, to my job. So I'm in a position now where I do have a few dollars, and I am definitely ready to. I started a new job, and I'm ready to leave. And I want to, to go and to, buy a corporation and move forward and try to get this bag and set up some generational wealth for my children and grandchildren when they come.
That's right.
And thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, there's some people think, well, I don't have good credit. Well, I don't have this, I don't have that. Dial the number, and they put the number up there. Dial the number if you ask a question. Ask the question. I mean, you can't beat it. It's free. And don't think because I don't have this score, or I don't have this, I don't have that. You'd be surprised at the people. I've reached out to people that I feel are very smart, very educated, and I says, how can you have a solution for this, a solution for that, a solution for this? And so that's why you see these new people here that are very smart, that are saying, I think Mr. Whitehead, we may have a solution for this or this or that. Well, can you get on here and help? And they say, we like what you're doing. We sure will. That's what this is all about. So don't think because you don't have this or you don't have that. The person that doesn't have that much is really the person that I want to see come up. I want to see everybody come up. But the people that are feeling like, I can't get a break. Yeah, you can. You make your break. You make it. You just have to have the knowledge. So dial the number, and no matter what you think, there's always either you're going to go, if there's a detour and an obstacle, you're either going to go around it, or you're going to go over it, or you're going to go damn through it. There's no such thing as I ain't, I can't, I won't. One or the other. So there's something for everybody. Just dial the number and see and figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Just go there.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother. You're welcome. Let's see, a lady. Thank you for your question, brother. Very persistent. You will win. Lady, is there a question from another lady?
Yes.
Okay, what's your name? Where you from? What's your question?
My name is Sheila White. I'm from the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Oh, okay.
My question is, for clarity purposes, can you go over the structure? I'm trying to create a organizational chart. I know you had the corporation, the holding company, and then the trust at the very top of the 7. And then I come down to the DBAs. What holds what, and what step should I start with first? The corporation, does the corporation owns the trust? I mean, the holding company first and then the trust. What steps should I align with this, and what goes under each entity? is what I'm trying to find out.
There's the steps right there. So that's called the 7 structure. So the 7 structure is like a 7. I don't know if it's a 7 on your side, you know.
I see it.
Okay, so you have the C corporation. A C corporation is a person. It's a person. An LLC is a limited liability company. It's not a it's a company. It's not a person. This is your straw man. So this can take you to the moon, or to the Saturn. Okay, so you have your C corp, which is the mama corp. They call it the mama because everything comes from a mama. So, so
that's right.
You got that right. Look at your belly button. Don't lie to yourself. I ain't never seen a chicken, an egg lay a chicken. I've seen chicken lay eggs. I ain't never seen a chicken lay egg. Right? So we have the C corp in the corner, and now you have everything at the top is your protection. We have to protect our money. If you don't protect your money, it's easy to get, hard to hold. Somebody's going to come after some of your money. So we have to protect it. So the C Corp, you have a holding corp. They call that a corporate veil. That's why you have a McDonald's holding. That's why you have Chase Holdings. Everybody pretty much has a holding corp, pretty much, right? So C Corp, and you write a letter from the C Corp, the mama, to the holding corp that says everything we own belongs to you. You write a letter, and then you have it notarized. And after you notarize it, then you put it in your book of minutes or your log. They call it minutes. Now, I want to ask a question to everybody that's been here before. Real quick question, okay? It's question and answer time now. I want everybody when I ask you, I want you to put up here, if you are going to get a credit card or you're going to do anything with a corporation, what should you do before you do anything?
Okay. She says she ain't going. I will be going to work next week. I can send you the schedule.
Hold on. We can hear you. All right. So what should you do before you do anything? Put it up here. I want to know if everybody's been listening. Somebody said, ask. Resolution letter. Right on. Resolution letter. Ask the corporation's permission first. That's what I'm talking about. Resolution letter. That's right. Ask the corporation, can you do it first? It's a person. The corporation is a person. You cannot open a bank account. You cannot get a credit card. You cannot get a car. You cannot get anything in my name because I'm a person without asking me. So you have to ask the corp. And how do you do that? In a resolution letter. So I want you to download on Google and look at a sample of a resolution letter. So it's going to say resolution letter. Resolution is going to say the time of the meeting, and all the people on the corporation are either present or not. And it's going to say the name of the company ID number, or the corporation's ID number, right? And it's going to say in the middle, we are here gathered here today, either on the phone or electronically, or however, to discuss getting a credit card or discuss putting assets in a holding corporation or discuss getting a car in the corporation. And we have decided 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 unanimously says we are all in agreement. So we shall now go get a car in the corporation. We shall now open a bank account. We shall now do whatever. So you must first ask the corp to do anything. Resolution letter. Got it?
I'm sorry, but isn't that in the corporation kit?
Well, before you get a corporation kit, you got to get the corporation.
Okay.
Now, once you get the corporation, now you're going to go open a bank account before you even think about getting a corporate kit.
Okay.
So you got to ask the corporation, can you have officers on a corporation? They don't own it. They just help it see, smell, taste, feel, and touch. It's a person, but it can't do that. You do it for it. You're just an officer. You don't own it. So you ask it, all 3 or all 5, always have an odd number so you can have a good vote. Can't have a good vote with 2 and 2 against 2. You can't get nowhere. You need 3 to 2. Or 2 out of 3, or 3 out of 5, or 4 out of 7. So now you go in, you say, we're here, resolution. We're doing a resolution. We want to go in and open a bank account. Now you vote, then you go open a bank account. Sometimes the bank might ask that. Who authorized this? You need to be smarter, not walk in the bank and have a surprise, not go to investors and have a surprise, not have people who have money and talking to you and you don't know what they're talking about. I need you smarter. Right. I need you smarter and faster than everybody on that internet. When you leave here, you the gurus.
That's right.
Got it?
So yes, sir. So when I do this and I write my resolution letter and I'm gonna open up my holding company, all of my assets are in that holding company?
That's right. Because the mama is going to write a letter to the holding company, and in the holding company is going to have all the assets. You're going to notarize it, and you're going to put it in your book of minutes. And then the holding company is going to take all the shareholders in the holding company and put all the shareholders in a trust inside or outside the jurisdiction of the United States. So that's called a super veil. The holding company is called a veil. Like you see a woman, but you can't. It's a veil. Or the trust is called a super veil. That's your protection at the top. Going down the bottom, that's going to be your doing business as. So whatever you're doing, you put it in as a doing business as. If it's trucks they don't like, you put it underneath there. ABC Incorporated, doing business as such and such trucking, such and such nails, such and such computer sales, whatever, DBA. And you can have as many of those as you want. So if they attack one of the DBAs, it doesn't hurt the mama. If they attack the mama don't have no assets. They all in the holding court. If they try to penetrate that, you're really going to have trouble because it's in a trust. Unless you're doing something that's severely illegal, then they will do their level. They will do their level best to try to break that. I said their level best.
Nobody.
No, who's gonna teach you this all in the internet for free? In the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. Nobody. All right, it's getting late. Next question. Let's try to take 2 more questions.
Thank you so much.
Can I go, Mr. Whitehead? I got one quick question for you.
Yes, what's your question, brother?
So, okay, I'm at a point to where my credit score dropped because I was using it for, I just got like an Airbnb, so my credit score dropped. So I'm at a place where like I'm at right below a 600. I have enough money to pay off most of my credit, but if I pay that money, then I won't be able to pay like my monthly bills, like my rent for all the Airbnbs.
So go in and call that number and talk to Bobby and get Bobby to get you enough money to seed money to pay those debts down so you'll bring it up. Okay?
Okay, that's what I was about to ask you to see, because it's only like, it's under 20,000. So I was wondering, do I get this shelf corp to kind of leverage and then pay the money off? Or because I don't want to get the shelf corp and then I still have to build it and then I'm still kind of like at zero again, trying to build a shelf corp with no money.
If you don't have enough money to survive, we don't want your money. Don't need your money. Nobody's that money hungry where we want to see you. Oh, give us the money. Give us. It's not about the money. It's about you succeeding.
Right.
What good is it for you to come and get to court and then turn around? We got some extra money. you know, and then you don't succeed. That doesn't do anything for me. I don't sleep good at night with that type of nonsense.
So the seed money can help me get out of this.
The seed money will help you, right? Save your money.
Because I was about to go back to work, Mr. Whitehead. I'm not trying to go back to work, man.
Well, you go in there and you get your seed money and do what you can, but don't ever neglect your family. Don't ever take all that you have and drop it into something and say, maybe this will work. But this is not gambling. This is strategic. It's not gambling. And we don't need your money like that.
Okay, so you said call Bobby and get and call the number and talk to Bobby. You said about the seed money.
That's right. Call that number and they will direct you to where you need to be and tell them, I want to get some seed money to pay down some of my debt. Okay.
Okay, and there's no credit score required with the seed money, right?
Well, you have to talk to them. I haven't looked at anything that you have.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Whitehead, how you doing today? Looking wonderful.
Thank
I have
you,
a
brother.
question.
Compliments will get you in front of the line. What's your break?
My name is Robert Taylor. I'm from Baltimore. And you had mentioned liens earlier. I have a question about equitable lien. How does that work, or what is that about?
Equitable lien, you can have all types of equitable liens. Liens on what?
On property, on real estate.
Real estate, usually. Okay, so you
for example, I'm in a situation where there was unlawful behavior, and you were talking about actually putting a lien on someone, and then if they didn't follow through, meaning if I sue if I sue and it doesn't meet, they don't meet my expectation of the suit, I put an equity lien on the property to obtain it.
Well, if you don't have judgment for the plaintiff, you're not going to be able to put a lien. You can only put a lien when you win.
Right. So I'm in that place where I could. There's a couple things I think I can do.
Okay, but do me a favor. We have a lot of people still, and it's getting very late. Just pose the question. How do I do this?
Thank you.
Oh, I did? You sure?
Pretty much.
You sure?
Yeah, pretty much you did. Thank you.
Okay, do this for me. Ask me the question. You said pretty much you did. I don't want pretty much.
In the
I want you to walk away from
I have to win. I have to win the favor of the court and to place a lien. So that means that I have to go through the first process of winning the case, winning my favor in, say, civil court, in the dispossessory court, to take it to the next court and then actually place the lawsuit respectively on the property.
That would depend on what state you're in. Every different states have different rules, but I would say you are the plaintiff, you are the suer, and you would first have to win before you can put a lien in most cases that I understand.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitehead.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Next question. Just give me the question, or we may be able to answer maybe two more.
I got one.
Hello, Mr. Whitehead. Are we doing ladies?
Yes, we're doing ladies and men. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi, how are you tonight? We spoke last week, and I'm the young lady that owns the recreation center, and the nonprofit is over the recreation center, and you told me to get the nonprofit, the corp from under the corp from under the nonprofit. So my question is, how do I do that? With it being a 501c3 and it owning the recreation center, how do I do that? Do I need to sell it?
You call the Secretary
Give me
of
what
State,
to do that's legal.
You call the Secretary of State and you ask them, whatever state you're in, what's the process to put this, to reverse this, to put the to have the corporation own everything as instead of reverse. You're trying to borrow money. Okay. Banks don't lend money to when you have no profit. If you have no profit, how can you pay them?
I think I'm still lost.
Your corporation was your nonprofit says no profit, nonprofit. So you're not going to borrow money with a no profit. So
right, but the recreation center was donated to the nonprofit.
Nonprofits are not for profit. Banks lend to profit companies. So you have a corporation that's corporations are made for profit. That's what you borrow with. But you got the corporation inside the nonprofit. You need to have the nonprofit inside the court. You need to be able to borrow from the court. So I want you to call up the number. I want you to call up Bobby and ask him, can you go in and ask him the same question? Can you go in and switch that around? You can, but I want you to go in and ask the question, or ask the Secretary of State where the corporation is out of, and ask them, how can I make the corporation on top? You need to take the center and put it in the corporation, so the corporation has money or has value, and then borrow. Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes total sense. It's just that they donated this center to the 501c3.
That doesn't matter. So what? The 501c can take can donate it, in my opinion, to the C Corp. You should be able to move it out of the 501c. It's like a chair. They donated a chair. You can't take the chair out of the house and put it in another house.
Yes, but I was told that I would have to donate it to another 501c3 if I no longer wanted it.
That's why I said call up the Secretary of State and ask them. Because the different laws for different states. But in my opinion, you should be able to take the chair out of the house and put it in another place.
Yes, sir. Did you ever?
The place that was donated, is that a nonprofit that was donated to a nonprofit?
No, sir. It's not a nonprofit, but it is. It's a 6-acre vintage recreation center that's been there since 1965, and it literally, when you look at the way that it is zoned, it says that land is for nonprofit use.
So, then you can't take it. It's for nonprofit use only. Then you can't take it out the nonprofit.
Okay.
See, that's why I say you should ask those questions, because I don't know everything about it. You're telling me more about it. For me to learn more and more about it, we would take us a lot more time on here.
Okay. Did you get your book for the youth? Because we're an aquatic facility, so I would love to administer it to the youth. And we deal with at least 100 kids. We do free swim lessons for children.
You do lessons for children?
We do free swim lessons. We are an American Red Cross aquatic facility and a national safe place. So during the summer months, up until around November, we teach at least 100 children per year for free to swim.
How to swim? What state are you in?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah. I have to. You don't have a for-profit to teach them to swim?
Well, we do it through the recreation center. And so I have 4 properties. When I spoke to you the first time, I have 14. I am a business consultant as well. I was a young lady inside. I got all these degrees and they never taught me this like your ex-wife. So, so yeah, I have other businesses, but I'm trying to line them up the way that you said they should be structured. And so when you told me to take it out, I just been pondering over it since the last time we spoke. Like, how do I need to do this? I don't want to move too fast because I'm a person that have it done tomorrow.
Well, give them your number and say, I want to speak to Eric.
Okay. I'm still waiting on the first 2 phone calls, but I'll do it.
Okay, what's the first 2 phone calls about?
You've asked me to put my number in 2 times. I've never gotten a response
so that
from
we can,
anyone.
because they probably don't understand what you're talking about. But you need to talk to a corporate, have corporate structure. But I don't have the time to look over. This is yours a little more complicated. So we need to look at it. So I want you to go and talk to Eric. And Eric will be able to guide you a little better because I don't have the time to look at the whole thing for you. But
yes, sir.
But Eric is our SEC attorney and corporate structure.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you will be you will be in great hands. So just say on there, dial the number and say, I need to talk to Eric.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay, next question. Let's see. Stephen, Lou, Adrian, what's your question, brother?
Hey, can you put a seasoned chef company from a different state in your corporation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Good deal. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm. Just ask the Secretary of State, wherever the corporation is, how to do that. Call them up. They'll tell you. Alan, is there another lady? Okay, to Tanisha. What's your question? Tanisha.
Hi, the question, it's more about having a timeshare on your credit. I've been trying to get off for a year already, and I just want to know, do you have any advice on that or suggestions? Because I think right now I'm looking into getting a lawyer to do it because I've just been trying to do it with disputing the account.
Yeah, don't do that too many times or they'll put you in consumer affairs. So put your number in there and say credit. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Actually, dial that number and say credit. That number that they have up there, don't put your number in the chat. Dial that number that they put in there and say credit. Okay?
Yes, I got the number. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Lantern, what's your question? Robert, what's your question?
Hey, Mr. Whitehead.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today?
God got me up. Thank you.
That's good. I heard you said you had an awesome day today, so that's good. I have a question about so companies, we build them up, get them funded, and do all of this stuff to sell them. Like essentially, right?
Everything should be built to sell. That's right.
So I just have a question about the severance structure when it comes to selling. When we're selling the company, we would essentially be selling the shelf corp or the shell corp that we end up getting. So with the assets being in the holding company, will we be selling the whole structure or just the shell or the shelf corp that we get?
You should be selling the DBA.
The DBA. Oh, okay.
Got it?
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. So I'm like, okay, so do the assets stay with us or do they go along with the sale?
If you're selling a trucking company, doing business as ABC Trucking, you're selling a trucking company. You got a DBA doing tires. You're not selling a tire company, selling a trucking company. Unless you're gonna sell everything, and that's gonna be a nice penny. You can sell it all if you want in one package. I got structure, I got credit cards, I got all this stuff. You want it?
Okay.
Makes sense.
It's just something to think about. Yeah, it's just something to think about as I'm sitting here starting from scratch, just kind of thinking about, how you always say, think about your escape as well. So
exit strategy. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
all
appreciate
right.
the info.
You're welcome, brother. How about Vic Miranda? What's your question, brother? Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I had an initial question. If I have like two contracts, one company has patents on a cleaning engine company, and another one's a building a SIP panel company, and they both have patents. If I have contracts with them, how do I leverage those contracts to acquire the seed money to go bigger?
Those contracts are what you call letters. You get letters of intent. Those contracts are like letters of intent. Letters of intent are like they're worth in gold. That's like a gold mine. Because you have companies that say, I intend to do business with you. So when you hand that to the bank, that's like an asset.
Okay. So do they need to be like have multiple witnesses, like other attorneys, or just
that's legal. I can't answer anything about legal.
Oh. Okay. So I can take that to
that's like a letter. That's a letter of intent. You can take that and use that as letters of intent. People intend, real businesses, you can't make them up. They'll check and see if it's a real business, and they'll call and check and do a lot of other stuff to check. But if you have that, that's it's like your weight in gold right there.
Oh wow. Okay. Is that something that your company could help me with, to kind of walk me through it, or?
We just don't want to take money when we could just tell you what to do. We're not here for that. We're here for you to succeed. So you go to the bank and you say, listen, I have letters of intent. I would like to borrow. But the first thing is to make sure your company has all the other structure it's supposed to have. You don't want to walk in with one shoe,
Yeah.
You got a nice, nice suit, briefcase, everything. They looked at, you got one shoe on. It's gonna look very peculiar, right? So make sure you have your company. Make sure you have your company.
Yeah, because I have a trust. That's set up in Wyoming, and another trust in Hawaii, and it's owned by the trust in Wyoming. And my name's not on any of that. Neither of those trusts. I mean, neither of those LLCs. I'm sorry, not trusts. LLCs. They're both LLCs.
Got it.
So those contracts would be to the LLC.
Those contracts are whoever the contracts are with, and then you would either put those underneath your C corporation and borrow with the C corporation.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
Is that something that you guys do as far as set up the C corporation and help me put the LLCs under it, or is it something I can just do myself?
We give you our opinion on how to do it, but we don't do it for you.
Okay, got it.
What's the sense of doing it for you? Then you don't learn. right? A lot of companies out there, they say they mean well, they talk a good game, but when it comes to they drop a corporation off to you, thank you for your money, bye. That's not the way we operate here. We want you to succeed. And how you going to teach your children if you don't know how to do it?
Yes, of course.
We want you.
I just don't want to make any mistakes. That's all.
I got.
I don't want to seem unprofessional. That's all.
I got you. Yeah. So
when I go to the banks,
get your C corporation. We can assist you in the structure. Okay.
Okay, and I just call into that number that you guys have posted on the chats.
Yes.
The economicmasonry.com.
No, there's a number up there. You just go
through
here.
424-543-7522.
There you go.
Got it. Okay, I appreciate all your help. You're doing some great things. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, nowhere else would anybody learn this stuff because rich people only talk to rich people.
Yeah,
they don't talk to people without money.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, what you're doing is revolutionary, actually.
Thank you, brother.
So we appreciate it very much. You have a great heart.
You blowing it in my head up. Now you're trying to keep me on here longer.
No, I'm
now
I'm
ready to go
saying,
again. Now another hour now.
God's gonna bless you more for what you do because you're giving away so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bless you. All right, Vanetta Gray. That's a nice name. What's your question, sister?
Hi, I'm Vanetta Gay. But you did
still
well.
a nice name.
Okay, so I would like to know actually which number I dial. I did do a seasoned age shelf corp, and I was dealing with Millen. I spoke to you last Friday evening when I was on the other call. You called me, and where do I go from here? I made my other payment last evening, and I've been calling, and I've spoken to Rochelle this week on Monday, and Joshua, I believe, on Tuesday, but I'm not. No, I don't know where to go next because
right now you can dial a number right now. Somebody should answer the phone right now. You see that number they put up there? That's the reason. Yes. That's the reason we did this, so that we can have people answer right away. So stuff like this, we can prevent.
Okay.
Because we got hundreds and hundreds of people. So we need to expand, and people are coming in saying, you know what, Derrick, I like what you're doing. And a lot of people are donating their time and saying, hey, you know what, I'll donate my time to this. A lot of people like what we're doing, including banks. Right. So that's why we have, some really nice and really good people. Kevin, Rachel, they want you to succeed.
Okay, well, that's great. I will dial in now. So that's all I wanted to know. So I'll dial someone now.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
You're welcome. Let's see. Okay, Alan, did we talk to you, Alan?
Not today, no, but thank you, Derrick. Appreciate everything you're doing here. It's always a blessing to be part of what you're creating here.
You're welcome, brother. You're
welcome. So my question is, from the position of having the C Corp from you ready for funding and acquiring that 100 to 500K, how do we leverage the pieces of the puzzle together to go public and get the big money with respect to everything that you mentioned, like quadplexes with real estate, the PPM boutique, C Corp, and the SPV, the billions, and being able to also provide for self and life expenses?
You're supposed to take out whatever you get. You should take out enough money to service the loan. Nobody ever does that. So only big companies do that. So you should, if you got $100,000 and it's $1,000 a month to service that loan, you should take out $12,000 and work with the rest money and make sure you can pay the bill for a year so that you can not worry about that. Because if you spend it all and then you run out of money, you're done. Banks will continue to give you more money as long as you pay the bill. That's an 80 paydex score. You pay the bill before it comes out, right? Before it's due, that's a 90. Before the bill comes out, and you have the money to do that, and that's a 91. In the bank, every quarter, you ask them for an increase in credit. You keep asking for credit. That's how you stay alive and keep going and rising. So,
got it. So,
okay, so now after about a year, you go to them and you say, I would like to borrow the 100,000. The corporation would like to borrow it on its own without me. And they'll look at it and say, you've been paying the bill before it's due, and you got more and more credit, and you've been handling that. Sure, we'll give you the 100 grand, and now you'll pay off whatever you're responsible as a PG for, and now you're out of the picture. Then you can say, bye, Willie, if you have to, but you prefer not to, because Willie can go a long ways as long as you pay that bill. So that's what you call your golden parachute, your escape hatch.
Got it. Makes sense. So they'll just keep loaning you money as long as you pay off the bill, even if you haven't paid off the total amount or even come close?
Of course, if you're paying the bill before it's even comes out, wouldn't you? They want to give you the money. Every time they give you the money, you help them be 9 times richer. It's all about risk, though. Every time I give you $1, you give me back 9. I'm looking to give you money, and you're paying the bill before the bill even comes out. I'm very relaxed. I'm on the beach giving you money. There are lenders. Understood. They're called lenders, not hold your money-ers.
Thank you, Derrick.
You're welcome, brother. All right. Vontae Brown. Is there another lady? Is that a lady?
No.
Okay, gentlemen, what's your question?
Hey, how you doing?
Yes.
I appreciate everything. My question is, when you have your first corp initially, like with me, I have LLCs that I've established in the past, and I still have. When you get your initial corp, like say I purchased a corp from you all, with like going forward in the future, if I would establish new corps, how would they be set up in the 7 structure that you speak about, where you have the holding corp, you have the one corp? Would this be just a total separate thing, or would I add it?
Everything goes underneath the mama as DBAs.
Okay. Even if it's another corp down the road.
Doesn't matter. This is doing business as.
Got it. All right. That was my guess, but I didn't know for sure. I just needed to know that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good guess, brother.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Is there another lady? Another lady. Okay. How about Leslie G?
White.
Okay. Yes.
I apologize. I didn't get an answer about those books for the youth.
The books of who?
Your books that you wrote with all this information for children.
Oh, I didn't write the books yet for the children. It should be coming out in about 2 months.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And William Willis. What's your question, brother? Okay, Leslie G, what's your question?
Yes, sir. Mr. Whitehead, Leslie Gooley from Kansas.
Yes, sir. Kansas City. Here I come.
Yes, sir. I met you in Peoria.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Leslie.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be on this line again today. I got a quick statement to goes along with what you've been saying as far as the bank want to loan you money. I'm building up myself as a PG. And so I've been borrowing a small amount, $1,000 from the credit union, and then paying it back. I did that like 3 times. So today, when I paid back the same $1,000 that I borrowed, they told me, okay, let it sit there for 24 hours and you can borrow it again. I said, what do you mean? I didn't ask them. They just offered it this time. They said, let it sit there for 24 hours and you can just go ahead and borrow it again. So they do want to, they're starting to get to the point where they want to loan money to me.
Of course.
So I'm really excited about seeing the program actually working. And I'm coming up from scratch, but I'm doing it.
That's right.
So here's my question. Yes. It went back to the promissory notes. How can we use those promissory notes as